and subscribe.
Shalom MTV Israel. My new album 1989 is out now. Check it out.
My entire life has been a humiliation ritual orchestrated by none other than the Rothschild family. Now, I have no distinct evidence of this, however, I believe that with an absolute certainty.
Israel, I love you. Benjamin Netanyahu, for a quarter dime. Palestine, give a goy a loan. His taxes fund the Iron Dome.
Send those fuckers into the stratosphere!
An L, and I point the L forward. I stick them together. This is my L. The hands being L, grip L forward. As high as possible on the L gives you more control over the L, grip the gun. Everyone's already as high as possible on the, no one showed you how to place L forward. Shoulders have to be L. Shoulders need to touch grip. Just straighten the L as high as possible on the, lock our arms. The more our arms are locked, the more we can lock, lock, grip. The more our L locks are locked, shoulders have to be locked. I stick them together. Lock. This is lock. Hold the arms locked. The steadier the L becomes. Get the arms completely locked. Once you put the L forward.
What is 100 times 100?
100 times 100. If I remember correctly, it's gotta be 200.
That's not correct.
Oh, whoops.
100 plus 100 is 200.
Oh, yeah.
I said, what's 100 times 100?
100 times 100. 2,000?
Nope.
Ah, whoops. Then it's gotta be... Boy, this is a toughie. I haven't looked into that kind of math problem yet.
We all know Jay. He got that big toe money, but in the streets, how their kids still acting funny. I said, hey, yo, Jay, how many toes in heaven, bro? He looked me dead in the face, said, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, man, what a guess. He wearing white socks, clean, still talking all that man. Steppy, taste, sound like a flex. Big toe, got the crown now, what you expect? I seen him walk in, whole room lean back. Got that giant toe talking, I grin like that. Everybody laughing, but he's still bold when the shoe lace tight, he don't fall. It's on like a Super Saiyan, big toe game. I'm not playing, I'm like Goku. Dragon Ball, about to come all over these walls. It's on like a Super Saiyan, big toe game. I'm not playing, I'm like Goku. Dragon Ball, about to come all over these walls. Jake at the corner store buying extra socks. At the left one rip when the big one drop. Kids start talking slick, he just shrugged and laughed. Toso, why they got his own little band. He don't need no crown, he don't need no ring. 1 foot hit the ground, whole block gon' sing. I said, bro, you blessed. He said, I know. If the heavens got a team, then my toe might go. I seen him walk in, whole room lean back. Got that giant toe talking, I grin like that. Everybody laughing, but he still broke when the shoelace tight, he don't fall. It's on like a Super Saiyan, big toe game. I'm not playing, I'm like Goku. Dragon Ball, about to come all over these balls. It's on like a Super Saiyan, big toe game. I'm not playing, I'm like Goku. Dragon Ball, about to come all over these balls. 6 or 7, I don't know. Jake just let it roll. Big toe sermon in the bar, got the whole crowd sold. One little question turned into a chant when he stepped in the room. Everybody can. It's on like a Super Saiyan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a wonderful night tonight for the debut of the new Big Toe Money intro for the man, the myth, the legend himself. Really, the only reason you guys tune into this show at all at this point in time. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that. Thank you, Frog Commander, for not supporting Indians. Also, nice to meet you at the match the other day. Really appreciate that, good sir. Totally ruining my monologue intro, though. I don't have much of an intro tonight. We are going to talk a little bit about the match on Saturday. We'll cause a little bit of drama, have a little bit of fun, call some people some names, you know, just normal stuff. We have Scars exploding. We have Colt doing the only thing possible to make themselves relevant, that being copying everyone else's optic lines, or at least coming out with, you know, new overseas manufactured optics and peddling them onto the market in 2026. We've got a lot of that to go over, and then we have a wonderful selection of rage bait for you all. But before we do, we have Jake and Richard. How is your guys' night going so far?
It's going all right. That was the first time I've heard that song. I've seen it floating around, but I was afraid to click on it for obvious reasons. But
well, that version's better. Okay, I fixed some of the visuals. Some of the visuals in the original are not good, so I had to cut some of them out for the YouTube version. So I made it better.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like that.
Well, Richard, you've seen the original, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, Richard, how's your dog doing?
She's had a rough couple days. So
sorry to that, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, other than that, everybody doing well. Jake getting accosted by his own toes. Richard dealing with a sick puppy.
Yep.
Quite a downer for an intro, actually.
Yeah, damn. Sorry. Anyways, okay, we'll start with a little bit of a white pill before we get into the nonsense then. Okay, shall we? So this is another judge in Washington County, Virginia. Thank you very much. Who did that? Tarkay, once again, coming in with another not giving money to Indians donation. Appreciate that, sir. Anyways, a judge in Virginia has extended the injunction on the assault weapons ban until July 2027. So this is a little bit of an update because, of course, I believe in like 2 days, the assault weapons ban would effectively go into place in Virginia, meaning that, you know, no magazines, no semi-autos, like a bunch of stuff would be restricted. I'm sure there's workarounds for all that sort of stuff. I don't know the ins and outs of the specifics, but it would have been bad for the people in Virginia. A couple days ago, there was an injunction put in place for some of it, and then that injunction has been put in place until July of 2027. So it's not a Freedom Week situation like it was in California like 7 years ago now. It is a freedom year essentially, or until the case gets reviewed and moves along, you know, to the higher courts or whatnot, right? So the injunction's basically going to stay in place until the case gets settled one way or the other. That would be my guess. So a little bit of a white pill, a little bit of the justice system actually doing its thing and working for us for once. All right. So moving on from there, though, let's just talk about this because it's funny. I didn't realize this would cause any drama, any problems. I made an Instagram post going over my experience at Cornhusker on Saturday. Didn't really have a good time, had some mechanical malfunctions with the firearm that I brought. The match overall, I think, was fine for most people. I know a lot of people that went there that had a good time, shot great matches, no problems there or anything like that. However, there were a couple issues, so I'm going to go ahead and go through them. I wasn't going to mention any of this publicly because it's like not really that relevant to my, you know, streaming audience. But then it kind of escalated in a couple really weird ways. So I made this post on Instagram just going over some of the issues that I had there. So Cornhusker had a couple of decent stages. I left early when the Shadow 2 stopped working because the trigger started to not reset, which is not good, obviously. And I added one little tagline saying, "I won't go back." Now, I thought that was relatively nice. It is a little mean. It is a little punchy. It's like a little hit at the end there, which is like, obviously, it's going to piss some people off saying that I won't go back to a match. Thank you once again, Tarkay. But I thought that was about as nice as I could be because I don't ever intend on going back, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But then, so some people started commenting on it. One of these guys specifically we'll get to, who was a staff at the match. So I'll go ahead and get into some of the issues. So I got there 8 o'clock in the morning or like 7:30 in the morning. Stages started shooting, all that sort of fun stuff. Keep in mind, Cornhusker is a level 2 match. That means that it's done to a much higher level. They're much more expensive. The match fees go from like $25 to like a couple $100. You add in, the training, the drive time, the food, the stays, all that sort of stuff. I spent over $1,000 on the match in terms of all of that combined: the training ammo, the driving, the food, the match fees themselves, which are again several $100s. Much higher round count. I think it's a 12-stage match. So I spent, roughly $1,000 or whatnot to get to the match, to do well at the match, all that sort of fun stuff. I had 2 back-to-back reshoots. Now, I was in the staff squad, which is like fine. I've never had a problem shooting a staff day ever. So this seems to be a bit of an anomaly for me. But shooting the staff day, shooting with that squad, a really good squad, lots of great shooters in there. I think that one of the guys in the squad took 2nd place at the match overall. So again, really good squad of shooters. However, the behavior was not at the level as it should be, in my personal opinion, for a level 2 match. I had a couple of reshoots right off the bat. One, because there was a range equipment malfunction that happened. Stuff's not set properly. Little issues, not that big of a deal. It did happen to be on the 2 biggest stages of the match, back to back, not great. The second reshoot was because someone pasted a target before it was scored. And it's like a little bit of a snafu, like, don't do that, it's pretty retarded. Usually doesn't happen at local matches, happening at a big match, a little bit obnoxious because of both my reshoots having to do the stage back to back, essentially. I ended up with worse scores on both of the reshoots. Again, a little bit obnoxious that because of something outside of your own control, somebody being a retard or somebody, again, probably a nice guy, just honest mistake, but I'm using more aggressive language here. But little things happen here and there for the reshoots. Big bummer there. The problem that I have is that I'm a paid shooter. I'm not a staff guy. The staff guys shoot the match for free because, of course, they're staff. So that's their bonus, I suppose, for giving like 2 or 3 days up for volunteering for a big match like this. They don't pay for the match. I am a paid shooter, right? Is that some of the staff guys were complaining about my reshoots and the fact that I was getting reshoots when again, I'm a paid shooter. So for me, it's like, well, it's not on me that something else made a mistake. Like, I'm a paid shooter here. I do expect to be, to shoot the matches, to have a, fair and even scoring, right? And so the fact, like, there was grumblings and complainings. Again, keep in mind, these are the staff of the match about my reshoots. And I'm like, it's literally not my fault. Like, there's nothing I could have done about this. Somebody else external to me made these changes that made me have to reshoot. So I was already like a little bit miffed that they were being, I guess, dicks, for lack of a better word, about my reshoots when I was the one who was upset. I'm the one who's put out. I'm the one who's having to reshoot, and then them like blaming me for it. I'm like, whatever, bros. That's strange, but fair enough. And there were a few gimmick stages and a few other things that I wasn't super happy with there. I shot okay at the match. I think I have 1 stage win in Carry Optics, which is, pretty good. There's a lot of really good shooters there. So getting a stage win overall or in Carry Optics, like, I'm happy with that in terms of how I was shooting. Most of the stages, not happy with either of my reshoots. And then moving forward into it, I started to have some mechanical issues with the Shadow 2, the trigger not resetting, so on and so forth. So it ended up to be at a point where the group that I was with, again, in this level 2 squad match, where they were not taking it super seriously because they were like kind of a fun. So like they were on one of the gimmick stages, they were like picking up the activator and like throwing it like a basketball. And I'm like, well, this is kind of a joke then, isn't it? They're not taking it seriously. I'm, paid a lot of money to come here and I'm not really getting the experience of a level 2 match, the grumbling, the complaining, the reshoots, stuff like that. So a little bit of an issue there. So I say that I won't go back. I ended up leaving 2 stages early because the gun just wasn't running. So at that point, I'm like, I'm not shooting for another like 2 hours to shoot 2 stages where my gun's not running, right? Doesn't make sense to me. I paid for the match, so I'm just going to leave. So I left 2 stages early, said I won't come back because of the way that it was all done. There was plenty of delays and other things going on there as well that I don't really want to get into. This guy, however, was one of the ROs who commented on my Instagram page. So my post, again, just saying that I won't go back. DJ Dave Double says, churlish to announce that you won't be back, but you know that. Have your mommy write a mean email. Now, that's funny. Again, he's a good shooter. I don't have anything against him in terms of his shooting ability, but this guy's like staff at the match. And that, again, it seems like in terms of like professionalism in matches, this was the least professional match I had ever been to, ever in my life. Keep in mind the amount of money that I had to pay to be here, right? And this is a staff guy who's acting like this, which seems strange. I'm a shooter, so it's like, me complaining about not, having the match experience I want and then leaving. It's my money. I'm doing what I want with it. But this guy kind of being a little bit of a retarded faggot, right? And so I'm like, I'm never going back to this match. So what are you talking about? This is the way your staff is acting? Like this, not paid, but, a guy who volunteers there and who's running the match and ROing for people. And he's acting like this to the shooters that are there. It's just obnoxious, right? So as far as like this match goes, I'm sure that a lot of people had a good time there and enjoyed it. But for me, like, yeah, I'm never going back. Nothing like that. Rip stream. No, it's still up. All right. But yeah, that was it. I didn't expect this to get any pushback at all because, again, am I crazy? You guys haven't seen this. You guys don't care about this. This isn't your genre of like competition nerd stuff. But if I say to somebody or just to the general Instagram public, oh, I'm not going back to that match, is that like offensive? Is that like a harsh statement?
I don't know if it's offensive. It's definitely it's not nice. It's not like you're trying to mince words and say something, be flowery with your language, but I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. If someone tells me they're not coming back somewhere, it's like, oh, my reaction wouldn't be, you suck, your mom. It would be like, oh man, sorry to hear that. Especially if I'm staff, I'd be like, sorry to hear that. Let us know if there's anything we can do better. But sounds like this guy,
but that goes back to like, these were the same guys that were grumbling like about my reshoots, which was their fault for the reshoots, or at least partially there. I don't know who exactly pasted the target for that one, but the range equipment failure and the other reshoot, like it's just really obnoxious to be a paid individual there and not be, I guess, not having the same like equity with the other people, which equity is such a gay word, but equity in terms of competition, like having the same sort of like respect as any of the other competitors that were there, right? Just a little bit obnoxious. That's all. So I won't go back. Like, why would I go back? It's a long drive. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of training down the tubes, and didn't have a great experience. Thought it was, again, the most unprofessional squad like I've ever been with, ever. Oh, dude, I forgot to mention this. There was another thing. Okay. I've never seen a dropped gun at a range before, at a USPSA match. Jake, have you ever seen a dropped gun at a match?
I think I have once.
Yeah, maybe I've seen a dropped gun once. My staff squad, again, some really good shooters in there, 2 dropped guns within like an hour of each other. And for guys that don't know, in a USPSA match, like a dropped gun's a really big deal, right? If you touch the dropped gun, you get DQ'd, right? So big deal. I had 2 dropped guns within like an hour of each other. It was like, what is going on here? On the 3rd stage, one of the RO guys NDs into the stratosphere, just like gun up above 100-foot berm, and I'm like, ooh, like what is going on here? Like, is this real life? Is this a level 2 match? Is this, like, again, when I say this was the most unprofessional match I've ever been to, I've never been to a local match with like, people who have never shot before. People who have never shot before were more professional than the actual ROs here. Like, this was actually ridiculous.
Yeah, but it was a, what was it? What'd you call it? Staff day.
Exactly. It's this. Well, but it's
John,
I get it. It's the staff day. But if you allow paid competitors to shoot on the staff day, now I shoot the Saturdays specifically because I don't shoot on Sundays because I have stuff to do, like with the church and stuff like that on Sundays. So that's why I shoot the staff match. If you allow competitors to pay full price to shoot on the staff day, they still put in the same sort of time, effort, and training and whatnot. They need to like be expected to shoot the same match as the guys on Sunday, right? As the guys on the main quote unquote match day, right?
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say the old RO adage, when the boys are not around, the ROs. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I had it lined
The
up.
ROs go to town.
The ROs go to town, man. You know, the Goyim are not there. It's only the elite, the ball knowers, the people at the top. So they're just having fun. They're doing all the things that they disqualify people for doing. So did that guy get
Right, so-
DQ'd for?
He did.
shooting
He
into
did
the
get
air?
DQ'd for
Oh, that's
the shot over the berm. Yeah, I mean, he literally like Andy during reload, like finger on the trigger, doing this
Nice.
into the sky. You know, it happens. I've seen it happen before, but it's just like to
Shouldn't
have
happen,
that
but-
combined with all of the other unprofessionalism and like waste of time and energy. Like the match was a complete waste of time and energy for me. Horrible. Now, 545 Power says, I plan on getting into comp shooting. Hope this isn't the norm. Again, I've been to like 60 matches over the last year and a half. This was the only one that's been anywhere like that. This is the only match that I've been to in like 10 states where I'm not going back to. Like, that's it. Like, I feel it was like egregious. It was egregiously bad on a lot of different levels. I thought the staff, very unprofessional. The stages were the same thing you would find at a local match. So it wasn't like the stages were impressive. There were some gimmick matches, 2 dropped guns, 2 reshoots, Endy into the stratosphere. And like on top of that, keep in mind, my gun stops working. So it's like, yeah, I'm just leaving. I'm not sticking around for this. This is a clown show and I don't need to be a part of it anymore. So
Sounds like
we're
you
going
need to go
back
back to
there.
the. Sounds like you need to go back to Canic, John.
well, actually, so it was bad on me. So that the gun not working is on me. So I've ran like 20,000 rounds through the Shadow 2 without a singular parts change. And the guy before me who had it put like 10,000 rounds on it. So I ordered a new sear spring, a new trigger return spring, firing pin spring, extractor, and it was like $47. So with a few dollars worth of parts, I'll have the gun back up and running. Just a dumb idea. But yeah, I do have 2 Canics, so I should have shot the Rival S's, huh? But oh well. Like the Carnival Cruise of shooting matches. Yeah, and again, it's like if the ROs and staff are going to be acting like that on their, you know, responding to what I think is a very mild critique of I won't go back, like very mild. I didn't even get into specifics. I could have gotten into specifics of not going back, but I didn't. And then you might have had a little bit more of an argument to clap back, so to speak. But it's fine.
I
It's
do have
fine.
a
I
question
won't go back
about that.
there. I'm not boycotting it. I'm not recommending nobody else go to Cornhusker because it's like the biggest one in the Midwest or one of the biggest ones in the Midwest. But yeah, I'm never going back.
I do have a question about the gentleman who commented on your Instagram. Can you check and see if he's commented before?
No, I don't. Never. There, because it was my my video got shared by the match director, and he left another little like semi-snide comment, but I mean it was like in the same tone as my comments. So I'm not really going to complain. Steven seems like a nice guy. Okay, no problems. Very good shooter. No problems there. Okay. But, you know, because he posted that to his story with a little bit of a snide comment, then all the other ROs started commenting. Several ROs commented on my post. Like, took it very personally, which again, that is just how fragile USPSA is a lot of the times. Like, match directors or ROs, if you give them any negative feedback at all, like they will crash out. Absolutely. I mean, well, we all know how sensitive USPSA is and the people who they choose to kick out and keep. But either way, that is Cornhusker. Never going back. Don't recommend it. You can go, though. Have fun if you want. Your life, not mine, bro. All right. Now, speaking of things that are also not my cup of tea, might blow up and get you killed. Here we have a wonderful, brand new Scar. Okay. Now, I know what I have here, Jake. This one's going to be going for the low price of 3,200, Jake. Any takers?
Seems fair.
Seems fair. So here we have from an anonymous follower, here we have an out of battery detonation from a civilian FN Scar 17S. A piece of the extractor broke off and the broken piece got lodged right between the primer of a live round being chambered and the bolt face. As a result, the gun had an out of battery detonation. Now, I don't know how you verify that a piece of the extractor got broken off and sat between the case and the bolt face and caused the out of battery detonation. But it absolutely just, I mean, the receiver is blown out, right? That is a complete total disaster there. Absolutely done. Also, I mean, you can see that the extractor is cracked, so maybe you could extrapolate that it got in between, or maybe just blew off during the out of battery detonation. Who knows, right? That could also be a likely culprit or a likely result of having an out of battery detonation. But yeah, that is a total death, total scar death there. And I'm sure very, very scary having a 308 in a little piece of extruded aluminum go off next to your face. Yeah, Volk says you figure that out by making stuff up. True. Should have got a jackal.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine 308, man. I had it happen with 9mm.
Yeah, no, a 9mm out of battery detonation can like blow up a handgun on you, right? It's like 308 is like far worse than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what it does to the lower receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were doing the old style teacup grip on that, you might have lost a good chunk of your hand. You know, if you do the Magwell grip on that.
That's why people are told not to do that anymore.
Now, the question is, will FN actually honor the warranty or not? I think that's the gamble at this point.
If I was FN, I wouldn't. I'd just say this guy messed it up. He did some modification.
Just blame him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro, that's your fault.
Yeah, I'd just blame him and just say my rifles would never do such a thing. And probably block him on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do.
Dude, no, post him to your story and be like, get a load of this retard. He's trying to scam us out of a free scar. He put a 300 Weatherby Magnum in his chamber to intentionally blow up his scar to get a new Gen 2.
I keep screaming. There was clearly a suppressor on this gun.
True.
Warranty
Yes.
voided.
I can see from the photos attached that there was a suppressor at some point in this gun's lifespan attached to it. Therefore, no warranty. No warranty for you, dude.
Yeah, because you didn't buy the FN suppressor.
Ooh, yeah. I forgot that they're doing that now. Everybody has their own suppressors now, dude. It all just blends together. It's all just a meaningless blur, okay? Life is a meaningless blur at times. Just kidding. But we'll move on from FN to another company that is struggling to maintain relevance or to improve or to change or to do anything at all in a positive manner. And that is going to be Colt, but not Colt rifles, not Colt, weapons. No, Colt optics. We've got a new slew of new quote unquote optics from Colt that are actually somewhat interesting. Okay, somewhat interesting, not super interesting, but somewhat interesting. So Colt Optics released their new offerings. They stated they were designed, engineered, and assembled in Michigan. The MRS-1 is a closed emitter red dot using the Acro footprint. Do you like the Acro footprint, you guys?
I don't know anything about it.
You don't? Oh, okay. Richard, have you ever used an Acro dot?
I mean, personally, I think everything should just be RMR footprint. I think there should be one footprint, and we shouldn't have to deal with anything else.
I think we have pretty much figured out that the RMR is the best footprint out there. Now, the only advantage
it won't work for a lot of like enclosed emitter designs, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have the Holosun K footprint or whatever it is for the EPS, basically. So, I mean, the EPS is like the best enclosed optic on the market for a pistol, and everybody's like trying to compete with the Acro, which the Acro and the Koa, they get a lot of contracts. So I get why people are moving into that market, especially for police, LE, military, because they're going to look at that enclosed emitter design and be like, that's what we want. And it looks like the Acro too. And also it's Colt. Now this is very important. I've seen people say that it is made in America. That's not really the case. It's assembled in Michigan by Somalian hands, most likely for $14 an hour or something like that. But it is manufactured overseas, right? Is that China? Is that Japan? Is it Korea? Who knows? But it is an overseas manufactured red dot that gets assembled partially or completely in the US. Now, SIG also does that. SIG has some optics that are mostly made in America, some that are just assembled in America. And I believe that these are designed to compete directly with the SIG professional optics, that being the 8T, the 9T, the 4Ts, so on and so forth. I believe these are designed to compete directly with those.
Call me crazy. I know the caliber of immigrants that we have in this country. And like, if you're not going to make an optic in America, I don't even think you should bother with assembling it in America. you should just have them assemble it over there, wherever that faraway land is beyond the ice wall, because I don't really trust the people that they're pulling off the streets to put these together.
Well, right. So that's the question, right? Is Jamal doing a better job assembling your optic versus, Juan over in, Taipei or something like that? Like, I don't know. Like,
Juan is
realistically, I'm like, I don't know.
very much a Taiwanese name, Juan. Yeah.
Well, it's like, Juan can be a Chinese name as well. Okay, dude. I don't know. I tried to think of like a real name, and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't actually know any real Chinese names other than like Ching Chong. And I was like, that's not gonna fly. It's 2026. We've got to update. Okay, Jake. I was trying to be nice. And you're making fun of me for it. Gosh,
Ching
dang
Chong
it.
works. Ching Chong is fine, John.
Ching ching, ling ling. Yeah, but no, I think a child. Okay, here's the thing. Question though. Asian child or black adult to assemble your optic?
Asian child.
What Asian? Island Asian or mainland Asian?
Mainland Asia.
Yeah.
Hop is not beating the allegations here. What is he talking about? The horse so
He's
handsome.
been hanging out with Logan too much, apparently.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, man.
That's a weird one. I can't defend that. Nope. I'm just gonna call that one out there. Nope. I disavow. I don't believe the horse is handsome. To me, it looks like a regular horse. I do not believe in handsome horses. I don't know. Very Uma coded. Yes, basket lotion. Thank you for that. Very Uma coded. Anyways, they did come out with some new marketing materials. Pretty good ones. So we're going to get into each and every one of the optics in order of what I care about. And that's going to be the main rifle optic, which I think can be competitive. Let me pull it up here real fast, actually, because some of them are quite spendy in terms of the MSRP. So for instance, this one here is 824, which is a lot. Now that's MSRP, of course. So over 800 for MSRP, you're probably looking at like 550 to 650 street, right? So that's going to put you in the same neighborhood as your high-end EOTechs, as your Romeo 8T, as it's more than an MRO, but so it puts it in a very high level category, a little bit under a T2, a little bit over an aim-point duty, right around the same area as a 8T or some of those other offerings from EOTech. So it's in that top echelon of price. So it needs to be good. All right. It can't be mediocre. It can't have bad light transmission. It can't have, poor refresh rate. It can't have bad looking glass. It can't have magnification. It can't really do anything bad. It's actually got to be really good in every single category to justify that.
Every design decision behind the CSQ-1 started with a single question. How do we help shooters get on target faster? The answer begins with the sight picture, featuring one of the largest square viewing windows.
Now, this is sort of a misnomer, and I know why they repeat it, because this is what most people believe, but a bigger window in and of itself doesn't really help you acquire the target faster, right? That's not really a thing. That's not really how that works, right? If you put up a 28-inch widescreen on your rifle, it wouldn't actually help you acquire the target faster. I personally believe that it's less obtrusive, and I have a personal preference towards larger windows that are, again, less obtrusive. That you can still make a big window that's really obtrusive if it's got a thick hole on the outside and it's got a battery tray hanging off with a laser sight on one side. You can make a big window really obtrusive as well. But in general, a big window is a little bit nicer as sort of a personal preference. Doesn't actually help you acquire the target faster. That's physical motion and, hand-eye coordination. That's what does that, not just the raw window size.
I think what they mean to say when they say this kind of stuff is that it helps you acquire the dot quicker.
Well,
theoretically, you would see the dot
acquisition
quicker.
maybe, right? Or a more forgiving index, right? Because a big window does help a little bit with having a more forgiving index.
Mm-hmm.
But not faster sight acquisition or faster target acquisition. Because I acquire the target with my eyes, right? Instantaneously. Literally instantaneously, I acquire the target with my eyes. I am waiting for the confirmation of the dot. Once the dot is where I'm looking, that gives me permission to fire, right? So it's not just the size of the window doesn't really help all that much, unless it is, again, obtrusive and it's blocking me from actually just looking at the thing I want to look at.
Available on the market, the CSQ-1 was designed to maximize field of view and situational awareness. The expansive sight picture helps.
Now, is that just me, or does that look like Conor McGregor if he never did cocaine? Like no cocaine McGregor.
So.
This is Plumber McGregor.
I see a less game Micah.
A less gay Micah Mayfield?
Yeah.
Really? I don't think they look anything alike.
Man, Micah's always catching strays on this program. Huh.
Chubby
Rightfully
McGregor,
so.
Steve McGregor. That's right. Yep, that's Steve. Damn,
It is
Richard
funny.
rolls at 20.
All these like product overview videos that these companies have been putting out, they're all like the same as the PSA ones that they've been doing for so long. I don't know who started doing that.
Oh, these are higher quality, like the cinematography, some of the graphics that they'll get into. They'll show like in-scope footage or like like animated in-scope footage, and I'm like, are you guys really spending like sending this out to a 3D graphics company to make like little like mini sections for your videos rather than just putting a camera behind it? Like one of those things, I feel like, anyways, as a person who does in-scope footage, that the in-scope footage is easier to acquire than like 3D modeling. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
But it doesn't look good compared
Actually,
to
you know what's funny? The best ads are CZ and Beretta for sure. Beretta has the mommy ASMR, but I think CZ is a little bit better in terms of their execution. It's close though.
Shooters acquire and stay on targets more quickly while maintaining awareness of everything happening around them. That large viewing window is paired with an advanced aspheric lens design that minimizes distortion and delivers exceptional clarity across the sight picture. Combined with a multi-coated lens system, the result is a crisp aiming solution in a wide range of lighting conditions. The CSQ-1 isn't just a...
To be fair, an aspheric lens is nice. They generally resolve the dot a little bit better. And they are also a little bit more expensive. So, but again, keep in mind the price tag, MSRP of over 800 is, we're expecting nice things here. So nothing can be bad on this. Nothing at all.
Did you pre-blur this video, or is it just these guys are so tagged?
I had to download and blur every single one of them because they do the cool guy footage. Some of the footage is pretty good, right?
I
just cool guy footage.
The optic.
I just figured these guys were so cagged that they just have this aura of like blurred, redacted everywhere they go.
That's right. Although we'll get to the shooters that they on the pistol one specifically, the shooters that they get for their slow-mo, it's like really bad. It's like, could you have not gotten anyone else to hold the gun and pull the trigger for this slow-mo footage? No, it's men, unfortunately. Okay. And the gun is like coming out of their hand like it's a, US Army training video or something like that. Like it's not good.
Designed for speed. It's designed for hard use. Designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA, the CSQ-1 is built around a rugged 775 T6 aluminum.
See, like that's a cool little graphic. You got the pan, it like takes away the anodization, shows the 75 aluminum with the handsome horse on it apparently underneath.
Housing, engineered to withstand the demanding real-world environments.
All right, you and Hob. Why? Okay, Hob says the horse is handsome. You think there's a cum stain on the horse. What is going on?
Hey man, I just looked at the. I'm just looking at the image. That's what it looks like. Don't hate me, bro.
Like,
don't shoot the messenger.
It's like the Rorschach test. The Rorschach test, right? It's like, come.
It features a military standard shock resistance, is waterproof to 66 feet, and operates reliably in temperatures ranging from -20 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right.
Powered by a common CR2032 battery, the CSQ-1 delivers up to 50,000 hours of runtime and features motion-activated illumination that automatically powers down after 10 minutes of inactivity and instantly reacts.
See, we'll talk about the reticle, but it's like they tried to do everything. So it's a 1.5 MOA center dot, which is like, I like that. I like small center dots. I'm totally fine with that. Ironically, though, just looking at this, I know that this is 3D generated and may not be like perfectly analogous to the real thing. But while this may have a large window, It also has a very thick hole, a battery tray off the top, off the side, and then the controls on top. So this actually is not like the cleanest sight picture out there as far as like big windowed dots go. MSR is not 271, unfortunately. It's over 800.
It does remind me of the Acro in a way, and that's the thing I hate about the Acro is the fact that the like bezel of it is gigantinormous, and it feels like you're looking through a tiny little tube.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't be doing these hand motions. I'm gonna get
no, do it again. It's even better.
It's gonna
Even
be so
better.
bad, dude.
Thank you, Polly B. I appreciate you not giving money to Indians. Oh, actually, that's the thing. Ames is actually really good because Ames probably has about the same size window with like half the bezel. So even if it's a little smaller, it feels much less obtrusive. Like there was a dot that I had, I forget the manufacturer, it was some random off the wall, like no name fly by night Chinese company, but it had like a literal razor thin bezel on the top left and right. And so it was like a great sight picture. It was like one of those LPVOs where the edges just melt away. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but it was like one of the best sight pictures ever in this like $121, you know, piece of crap red dot. It was like actually really nice. I was like, if I could get this design in more red dots, I'd be very happy with that. Cause it was like, if it's a competition only dot where I'm not really, or like just a range use dot where I'm not going to be dropping it, like you can make a really thin bezel and get away with it. You can do that.
Some people drop their dots at competitions.
That's true. Thank you for reminding me of that. Some people drop it multiple times. Good question. Good point.
Some people also drop theirs during training.
It
Logan.
happens. Well, everybody drops guns. Okay, it happens at some points, but it's when it happens like just over and over again at a specific match at a specific time. So
CSQ1 features 8 daylight settings, 4 dedicated night vision settings, and a dedicated night vision button for rapid transitions between visible and night vision.
see, that's nice. Okay, they're actually including more night vision settings. They have a dedicated night vision button. Like, it's nice. I think some people will like the top mounted controls. I personally am ambivalent whether they're on the side, whether they're on the top. Like, doesn't really matter to me. Just make them usable and tactile and make sure that they don't accidentally get clicked, and we'll be happy.
Modes. Shooters can select a clean 1.5 MOA center dot or switch to the integrated ballistic reticle when additional hold references are needed.
So if I had to guess if this reticle is accurate, so you have a 1.5 MOA dot and then a 300 yard hold, maybe? That's a long way though. So one, or maybe they're doing like 25, 300 0 and then 4 and 5. I don't know, but that's a long ways in between. But you're going to have some sort of BDC calculation. Is it really useful on a red dot magnifier combo? Almost never. Like almost never, maybe in some situations, but almost never. You know, I have a rifle match next Saturday. I think we'll be shooting out to like 300 yards, and I won't even be using anything other than the standard 2 MOA dot, even though I think I'll have an Evo SPR, which has a BDC reticle. But even at, you know, that distance, it's just kind of like aim at the top part of the target, basically. If it's like a 10-inch plate at 300 yards, just aim right at the top or a little bit above the top and you'll be golden. So I don't know. I'm always conflicted, okay? Because I like the capability, I like the additional options, but then you think about like, wait, is this actually ever useful? And the answer is like almost always no.
Needed at distance. The CSQ1 pairs seamlessly with the Colt C3X1 magnifier, providing additional capabilities for target identification and engagement at extended ranges. The result is a red dot sight purpose-built for modern rifle platforms. Massive viewing window.
At least he didn't say modern sporting rifles.
Intuitive controls, rugged construction, and the performance required for demanding applications. The Colt CSQ1, designed to help shooters acquire targets faster, maintain awareness, and perform with confidence when it matters
Looks like
most.
the dude shot his buddy in the back.
Perform with confidence. Is this a Hims ad now? Like, what are we getting here? Is this holographic? No, it is purely standard LED technology. Now, you go to their website here.
I like the little magnifier. It's nice and compact.
Yeah, it's a bit of a chunky boy. We'll get to that one next. So the CSQ-1 is Colt Optics' flagship red dot rifle sight engineered through relentless R&D and real-world shooter feedback and advanced optical modeling to do one thing better than anything else: get you on target faster. Again, it does not do that. It runs one of the largest collimating lenses on the market for a massive unobstructed sight picture. Blah blah blah. 70-75, night vision compatible. Yada 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 yada. Anyways, I do like the website though. Like, you know, being able to click on each individual part and like it pops up with a little blurb like, oh, hey, this is what this does. Large interface button, 80 MOA of windage adjustment. That's cool. I have the video here. Oh, shoot, can't show that. Can I see? Does it show me what? Because they keep saying how big the window is, but can't I just actually technical data sheet? Okay. Oh my gosh. It opens up another page. Let's see. Can you just tell me how big the actual window is though? Here we go. All right. But it doesn't actually tell me how big the window is. Are you serious?
It's just big. Trust me, bro.
It's a big window. Trust me, bro. No, there it is. 32 by 32. Okay, that is big. 32 by 32 is a pretty big window. It's 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So that means that is a chunky optic if you actually have that big of a window. Only 8 ounces though, without the mount. What do you mean without the mount? Oh, wait. Is it a... No way is it a T2 mount. No way. What mounting system does it have? Now I'm even more confused. Does that have a T2 mount? I'm very confused now.
Aimpoint T2 footprint, yes.
Where do you see it? Why do I not see it?
Right there. Go back up. A little more. Nope. No. You're with your mouse.
Oh, with my mouse. Oh my gosh.
Right there.
You're right. Oh, it's right there. Duh, I just can't see it. Yeah, Aimpoint T2 footprint. Okay, so realistically, I'm guessing that's at like 10 ounces or 11 ounces with a steel crossbolt and a big T2 mount. That is a huge T2 mount.
Yeah.
I mean, that's funny, I guess. So you'll have aftermarket mounting options. It'll look real, like, imagine putting this on one of those really skinny, spindly mounts, you know, that's like really tall. It just looks ridiculous on top. That's amazing. And again, not made in America, just assembled here. Hello, Delta 34. Hope you're having a good night. And again, for a price tag of a little bit MSRP of roughly 800, right? Very expensive, very high end. It's got to be basically perfect. It basically can't have anything wrong with it. It's got to do all the things well. The night vision settings have to be good. The glass quality has to be nice. It's got to be durable. The refresh rate's got to be good. Yada, 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 all the things, right? So if it does all of those things, maybe it'll be competitive with a Romeo 8T, even though it is quite a bit lighter than a Romeo 8T by like 4 or 5 ounces. So yes. The CSQ-1 on a 193 will put you at a 226. Yeah, it's got to be a way taller body too. 100%. They seem dope. Again, I'm not hating on it, okay? Because if I get basically another Romeo 8T that does all the same things for roughly the same cost, like, I'm not going to complain about it. It's got maybe a little bit bigger of a window. If the glass is clean and it does all the things well, like maybe this will make a nice addition to a lot of people's rifles. Maybe this will make a nice competitive option in the marketplace for LE or military agencies that want to pick this up. You know, I don't think that I'm going to be rushing out to go get one because I already have an AT. I have an AT AMR. I have all those style of optics, and I'm not super interested in, you know, one that basically does all of the same things. All right. Well, it is more than an EOTech, but I don't even know if it's really competing with an EOTech. I think street price is again going to be like $550 to $650 if I had to guess, which is right on line with EOTech. So it's competitive in that genre, but it's kind of two different use cases. So, and again, there's the handsome horse there, which we will be seeing more and more of, unfortunately. All right. Moving on though to what is this? This is the, oh shoot, stop it. This is the magnifier. Now, actually, let me pull up the real video because I'm wondering if you guys can help me out with something. So, shoot, where is it? Is it this one? Can you guys tell me what muzzle device this is? Like, I have no idea what suppressor.
It's a giant flash hider.
It looks like a comical A2, right? It looks hilarious, but Let me see if I can pull up another screenshot of it. I was watching the video and I was like, what is this thing?
Maybe
Sitting
he's
on
just maybe he's just a really small guy. That's a normal size A2.
It's, I don't know what it is. Like, it's got to be a suppressor of some sort. Trying to find like the best shot of it in here. But like, I've never seen that before. I have no idea what that device is. It's got to be like a reflex ambient style suppressor where it's like got big cutouts to draw air in and out. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
It's new CAG tech. It's the
Yeah, you wouldn't get it, dog. It's CAG tech.
it's the ethnic discombobulator.
The brown person eliminator, the BPE. Yeah, it's a wonky looking muzzle device.
Hold on. Is that one of those suppressor cages?
Is it? It can't be a cage, can it? Because it's barely suppressor sized.
There'd be a tiny little suppressor in there if it was.
Yeah, it'd be like a little sparrow on the inside or something. It was like, that's funny.
Hey, it's a normal size sparrow, John.
It's a very average sparrow, John. How dare you? Let me see. They don't have any other. Shoot. Anyways, it looks weird. Yeah, the Colt IIR goes hard for sure, but I just don't know what the heck this muzzle device thing is. It's wacky. Training cans, but isn't that real ammo they're shooting? I mean, maybe for the shoot house segments they have one of those like can booster things. I have no idea. All right. Well, anyways, let's get to the one that we can actually watch on YouTube because it's blurred. Everybody loves blurry videos.
Every design decision behind the C3X1 started with a simple objective: extend the capability of a red dot sight without compromising the speed and handling characteristics that make red dots so effective. When greater target identification and precision are needed, the C3X1 provides 3x magnification while preserving the speed and simplicity of a non-magnified optic. Compactness was a key design consideration throughout the entire development process. At just 2.72 inches in length, the C3,
which is pretty big. They're saying 2.72 inches is short.
272 is a lot.
Honestly, it might be too much. Okay. Do you have anything shorter that doesn't make me feel, comparatively sad, right?
I mean, half of that's not even getting used, honestly.
Probably not. Yeah. I mean, just a little snip around the edges or something like that.
3X1 is one of the shortest 3x magnifiers available on the market today. Its compact footprint frees up valuable rail space, reduces overall system bulk,
missed opportunity to call it rail estate,
and provides greater flexibility when configuring a rifle and accessories. Despite its compact size, the C3X1 delivers generous eye relief, helping shooters maintain a comfortable and forgiving shooting position. That compact design is paired with a premium optical system engineered to deliver a bright, clear sight picture. Fully multi-coated lenses maximize image quality, while an adjustable rear diopter allows...
I like the smoke.
I'm
little flare there.
Sir, your magnifier's smoking. I don't think it's supposed
It's
to do
so
that.
hot right now, dude. Dude, my magnifier is so cool. It takes a smoke break between filming sessions.
Shooters to fine-tune the optic to their individual vision. Versatility is another defining feature of the C3X1. The ambidextrous flip-to-side mount allows shooters to instantly transition between magnified and non...
I do like, though, how every single magnifier on the market is like, think about all of the different acronyms, word salad nonsense that they have to do to try and sell you on this product, that there's like literally 500 of them that do the exact same thing. Like, they're all nearly identical. It's like, wow, a 3x magnifier, huh? Flips aside, huh? That's crazy. Oh, you're telling me it's compatible with EOTech style mounts. Okay, all right, wow.
But John, this one smokes. It's really big.
This one's got a horse that you want to have intercourse with on. Whoa, hey, who said that?
Unmagnified viewing with a simple movement of the rifle. To accommodate a wide range of optics and mounting preferences, the C3X1 includes a riser plate for either absolute co-witness
just
or
like
lower
everyone does.
1/3 co-witness configurations. Integrated windage and elevation adjustments allow precise alignment with the primary optic without affecting the rifle's zero. The C...
Oh, no, go back, dude. They're using the same mount. That's just the primary arms mount right there, dude. No, that's literally like, I think that is the primary arms mount, the same bolts, the same contour on the locking block. I think that's just the primary arms mount. I think they just copied and pasted that onto this. I mean, in fairness, this might be one of the shorter magnifiers I've seen. Like, it's very short. It's very compact. They should call it the Chode. Wouldn't that have been better? Just call it the Chode.
The C3X1 isn't just designed for versatility. It's designed for hard use. Designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA, the C3X1 reflects Colt Optics' commitment to quality, durability, and performance. The rugged housing is shock resistant, nitrogen purged to prevent internal fogging, and sealed against dust and water intrusion for reliable performance in demanding environments. When paired with a Colt Optics,
at least it's not like, you know, over the top rock music, because it's pretty relaxed. It's pretty vibey. You got a little bit of techno behind, a little bit of synth playing. You know, you might as well fall asleep to this, honestly. It's got the Dude Bros as your visual, but then the background ambiance and the guy's soft voice, it's like, no, this is fall asleep time.
This
Red
is
Dot Sight.
this is the music that they do for all the YouTube videos. If you're like, how to install such and such plumbing equipment, or like sealant compound, some like Belzona type stuff, and then they hit you with this song, and you're like, I don't even know what this is. It's all right, I guess.
Bad. Now,
Shout out Belzona, by the way.
there's going to be a couple complaints in just a moment.
Optics Red Dot Sight, the C3X1 allows shooters to transition seamlessly between speed and precision, close range engagements, and target identification at distance. The Colt Optics
Dude, I love the double zoom in, right? Not only the magnifier, but then like the video game, like enhanced zoom in. Like, doesn't Tarkov have like the double zoom, right? Where you have like the regular 1x, then you can like somehow partially magnify, or maybe it's Arma that does that.
I love video game zoom logic. It's that's exactly how it works.
No,
You just
I love
squint a little more.
Was it COD, one of the more recent CODs, where they had like a bunch of different red dots, but they all have different magnification levels?
Oh yeah.
So it's like 1, 1.2, 1.5, 2x. And it's like, wait, no, these are all the same thing, though. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
close range engagements, and target identification at distance. The Colt Optics C3X1, compact, capable, and ready when the mission extends beyond the limits.
I think this is just a HIMS ad. Compact, capable, ready to perform.
Of 1X.
All right, now, sorry to... All right, is it playing again? Stop that. Sorry to kill the vibe already, but it's 600 MSRP, which again is an overseas manufactured 3x magnifier. Now, again, this is going to be shocking, but most 3x magnifiers magnify your red dot by 3x. Now, that might be shocking to some of you, but I need you to calm down and hold your horses. Hopefully, it's the handsome horse we have on screen here, okay? We don't want no ugly horse holding here. What is this, Uma Musume? No, it's rather expensive for what it does, and what it does is done by 50 other options on the market, right? The only advantage this thing has in my mind is that, one, it's really short. So if you're really real estate limited, it's like, okay, maybe. But if we're running that short of a build, are we really like min-maxing a 6-inch 300 blackout into a, you know, multi-role weapon system with a micro 3x magnifier and a, you know, I don't know, an acro on a riser or something like that? Like, that's all the room we have on this system. Also, the price tag is, again, a little high. The form factor is like nice, doesn't really matter. I think the other advantage is the fact that if an LE agency or if a mill government contract wanted to pick these up, they would combo it with the, what was the other one? The CS1X or CSQ, whatever the heck it's called, right? Because I've already forgotten the acronym for the other one. The CSQ one, right? So they would combo them together and say, well, listen, okay, you get our red dot, you get our magnifier there. They'll work perfectly together, okay? It's kind of a total system unit here that you have. You can't really separate them. And the combined MSRP of both of these optics is like 1,400, which is a lot, right? This is a lot for a red dot magnifier combo. We're now bumping up into some like PLXC territory, some Trigicon LPVOs. You know, we can get or we can get a brand new Razor 1-6 for this price, right? So
what's
we're
it going to
bumping
retail at? Like, what's retail going to be though? Because
Well, like probably
MSRP,
Probably 4 to 5 be my guess. But still, even if let's say this retails for like 30% less than MSRP, 400. Let's say the 800 MSRP goes down to like a 600 street. You're still talking over $1,000 for a red dot magnifier combo. And I guarantee you, like, glass quality is pretty similar across magnifiers. Like, I haven't seen a lot of them that are like way better than others. Like, even the lowly HM3X from HoloSun is a fine magnifier. The Primary Arms 3X magnifier, their micro one, also it's a fine magnifier. It uses the exact same mount that they see here. It's not particularly bad. I mean, most magnifiers aren't particularly bad. I've yet to use one that's like just terrible. 7.5 degree field of view, that's fine. They say roughly 3 inches of eye relief. That's again pretty standard. 6 ounces without the mount, I imagine. Maybe with the mount. 6 ounces isn't bad. So I mean, you're still looking at over a pound total weight with both of these together. This one to me is the least interesting option that they have, right? Like, out of the ones that they showed out today, these ones are the least interesting. Let's look at the data sheet here. All right, so weight 175 grams, 4 to 5. Yeah, I mean, that mount looks shockingly similar to the Primary Arms mount. Yeah, nothing particularly interesting. Okay, so I don't know. Is anyone here going to be going out of their way to pick up a super micro magnifier? Is that really the only thing this has going for it?
I personally
Jimmy, hope you're having a good night, man. Says, sorry, I got to click out. I'm on a heavy ruck. You're listening to me while rucking, dude. You got to have something better, something more motivational in there for you. And I need my Bundeswehr march songs. Yes, I understand that. Well, have a good night, Jim Eagle. Sorry, go ahead.
Base Jim Eagle. Yeah, no, I see no reason to purchase one of these for me. I'm sure someone will. And maybe it'll be really good. Maybe it's the best thing since sliced bread. Who knows? I guess we'll find out whenever Hop makes a video on it or something, because that's all that matters.
My guess is that Hop is going to make a video on one of these in like 4 years after they've been discontinued. And he's going to be like, did you guys know that Colt made optics for like a 6-month window? They came out, they didn't really sell, and then they just canned the whole company. Isn't that crazy, guys?
Yeah.
Anyways, like, it's fine. That would be my guess.
This is an esoteric thing that nobody cares about. No one has ever seen in real life. And I'm going to talk about it for an hour and a half. Sorry, Hop. Sorry, Hop.
No, see, here's the thing. I think that a lot of the times new products that get announced on this stream, not announced on this stream, but that we go over the announcements on this stream, a lot of the times that's the last time anyone will ever hear or think about it. Like, do you even remember the EOTech enclosed pistol optic that we talked about 2 weeks ago? No, nobody remembers it. Who cares, dude? Nobody's ever going to buy one. You're never going to see one, dude. It's not real. It can't hurt you. Speaking of things that aren't real and can't hurt you, at least if you're a civilian, is the new Colt laser, because they were like, you know what? Why stop? Why stop with big windowed red dots and 3x magnifiers that everyone else makes? What if, hear me out, what if we made a laser so expensive that only mill and LE contractors could afford it in the first place, but then just to add insult to injury, we don't even offer it to civilians, right? We're not even going to allow you to get one of these. Huh? Now, there's a lot going on here that may be missed on first viewing, okay? So we've got a fire button way up towards the front of the optic, I think. We've got a foldable iron sight. Did you guys notice that? We have a foldable iron sight in the back.
I don't think it's in the front, is it? That's on the back. I think the
are
part
those the
close
switches?
to
Maybe
us is
they have
the
it backwards. Those must be
emitters.
caps up front. My bad. I got
Silly
the orientation
Jonathan.
wrong in my head. Okay, my apologies.
Can you believe this guy?
Unbelievable. Anyways, let's watch the video on it, because I'm sure this will be very exciting. This is another product. Oh, by the way, MSRP is $2,800. It's like, who cares? Like, even if it was civilian purchasable, who cares? I think Task Force is correct. They got to be selling all this as a bundle for PDs. I think that they are trying to go down the SIG rabbit hole, which I think a lot of companies will do. If they're already making rifles, like, just hire a contractor in the middle of, China or wherever it happens to be and be like, hey, can you manufacture, or South Korea, maybe that's better. Go to South Korea and be like, hey, can you manufacture like optics and magnifiers and lasers and maybe even a white light for us, and we can just offer everything together, because that's what SIG is doing and it's been very successful for them. So I would not be shocked. Colt's going to do the same thing. We have Colt, SIG, who else? Sorry, I just drew a blank. I know there's another one out there that's trying to do the exact same thing. It's trying to make all their, Geisley tried optics. You guys remember Geisley's optics? They tried optics for like a year or two. No, you don't remember Geisley's knockoff Acro thing and their 1-6 LPVO that had like a hunting reticle in it. You guys don't remember that? No. Ruger.
No.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Okay, it's going to be more popular. I'm guessing now that more people
are saying in the
FN.
chat.
Yes, FN with their new pure view, their racially pure red dots, and I'm sure again it's suppressors, white lights, optics, lasers, everything.
When are you going to offer an optics suite, the Focus Trip optics suite?
Here's the thing, dude. It would be so easy. I've talked to people before about it. It's like, hey, can you just make this generic LPVO with this reticle and these specs? And they're like, yes. How many would you like? And then you slap your logo on it and you set your markup and you're done. Like, it would not be complicated for me to have my own line of LPVOs and red dots that are just standard AF, but just like they have whatever features I think are important, which is like, hey, can I get a 1 MOA dot on a red dot? And like no other options, none, no solar, nothing.
It's got Miko on it and your signature, and
it's going to have a handsome horse on it. I'm going to copy the handsome horse.
A handsome horse.
No, actually, what's funny is it's going to have like an FT logo on it, but like in between the F and the T, it's like your toes poking out, like connecting them together. It's going to be like, but really small, like an inside joke. Only if you're looking for it are you going to notice it. Something like that. We could do it.
Every design decision behind the LP5XP starts with a simple objective.
Hey, can you remember what the first two acronyms were?
No.
Either of you?
LP50C, is that what he said?
Well, the first two, wasn't it the CSQ1 and then S3X? X3? Whatever, dude. Dude, Alex, never comment that again. Never comment that again. Jake.
What are we doing here?
Alex,
what are we doing here, Alex? What's your deal, man?
Oh, dude, yes, the BTM1. Oh, dude, that'd be so good. I should do it as a meme now. I need to come up with my own red dot and just call it the BTM1. Let's go.
Deliver maximum capability in the smallest package possible. Offered by Colt Optics in partnership with Brolis Defense, the LP5XP is based on a proven laser platform fielded by NATO and allied defense organizations. Designed for professional users who demand performance, versatility, and reliability, the LP5XP combines visible and infrared aiming capability with advanced illumination technologies in a remarkably lightweight, low-profile package.
Wait a minute. What did he just say? Did he say that it's based on another existing
system? What he said. Is he talking about the new B. Myers? What's the new one that they came out with? I forget the name of it already.
It sounds to me like he's saying they're just putting their own shell and logo on an existing laser system.
I mean, it looks kind of like a mix between the EOTech and the B. Myers, the Raid XE. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Although, listen, at the end of the day, all laser boxes are boxes with lasers on them. So I think it's just maybe based on their
Theirs has a cool sight, though.
Yeah, it does have a flip-up sight, which is pretty cool. But no, listen to him list all of the features that it has as if those aren't all prerequisites of a laser box. It's like, on this red dot sight, we have a red dot.
It has a button. It has a button that makes it go.
It's just a rehoused SMS Trinity. That would be hilarious, considering a Trinity is like, 300. This is going for 28. Wilcox. Oh, it's the Wilcox Raid XE. I thought it was the B. Myers.
P5XP is based on a proven laser platform fielded by NATO and allied defense organizations.
Yeah, that's weird.
Designed for professional users who demand performance, versatility, and reliability, the LP5XP combines visible and infrared aiming capability.
Visible and infrared laser aiming capability in your laser aiming module. Wow.
With
Taking up
advanced
screen time with
illumination
this, huh?
technologies in a remarkably lightweight, low-profile package. Compactness was a key design consideration throughout the entire development process. Measuring just 3.7 inches in length and weighing only 5.9 ounces without a battery,
That's good.
LP5XP minimizes rail space requirements and overall weapon system weight without sacrificing capability.
I mean, really, what's funny is the Iris and by proxy the Trinity really did shake up the size and weight of the laser aiming market, because like the Trinity being about 6 ounces and being no bigger than like a micro wallet is hilarious how good it is for the money. Like it honestly beats almost every other laser aiming module out there. Has like a couple of little drawbacks, and like the SMS Trinity is like the Temu version of that. It's like a little worse in every way and a little bit less reliable. So it's also half the cost. But those two together, like BTFO almost every other laser aiming module of the previous decade. Good night, Art. Have a good night.
At the heart of the LP5XP are 4 independent emitters: a green visible aiming laser, an infrared aiming laser, a focusable infrared illuminator, and a speckle-free VCSEL infrared flood illuminator.
That's good. So now that I like, because if you're going to be bringing out a new laser aiming module, like you gotta have a flood, in my opinion, that is super easy to activate. So like the Trinity and the Iris try to get around this a little bit by having a slider to adjust one, the same as this one here does. I already forget the name, LP5X, something like that. However, having a immediate flood and a immediate point emitter or point illuminator, you know, where you have a little bit height of a beam and you can go to a flood immediately, that capability right there is what makes the B. Myers Mall like still one of the best laser aiming modules from a ergonomics and performance perspective. It's a pig, it's a heavy pig that hangs off the side of your rifle, but outside of that, the Mall has such good switchology and such good performance that it's like one of the best. If you have to move in between different targets and distances inside a house, outside of a house, the fact that you don't have to move off of your firing grip, your shooting grip, to adjust anything on the system is fantastic. So this having 4 different emitters on there kind of makes sense. You got a flood, you got an adjustable, and you have, of course, your IR and Viz lasers. I like that. Now it just comes down to, is their switchology actually good? Yeah, the Mall is undefeated. It's still the best in terms of switchology. However, if they could just make the same thing 6 ounces lighter, right, I think I'd be very happy.
Together, these systems provide the flexibility to adapt to a wide range of operational environments and lighting conditions. The LP5XP's illumination system was designed to simplify operation in the field. As the illuminator is adjusted from a focused beam to a wider pattern, the system automatically transitions to the VCSEL flood illuminator at its widest setting, providing broad, speckle-free.
Oh, there's not even a button. Oh, that's interesting. So like the slider on top, I actually like that. So the slider on top, as soon as you get to the max wide setting, it automatically switches your from your point-based illuminator to your flood-based illuminator. So I actually like that. So I don't even need to touch a switch. I don't need to do anything. As long as I just flip it all the way wide, it's going to automatically give me that flood-based illuminator. I like that. Good job. That's fantastic. What an intuitive design decision where I don't need to touch anything. It just automatically does it for me with a single button. Good job.
Just like a good woman.
Real, dude. So real for that. Yeah, good job, Colt. You figured out what like somehow every other company on the market hasn't yet. If you can not make me have to fumble with switches in the dark, that'd be fantastic. It's like a lot of these other emitters where you have to like reach in front of the emitter to like circle the housing or something to go from, you know, point to flood. And it's like, yeah, that works. But if we could just have that mounted separately or a way in which I could access that immediately without having to fumble with gloves on in the dark, ostensibly, right? That would be great. So if it's just one little slider switch and it automatically goes to flood, fantastic. Thank you for doing that.
Illumination optimized for close range observation and situational awareness. The LP5XP features training, low, and high output modes, allowing users to tailor system performance to a variety of training and operational requirements. Its fully co-aligned laser architecture simplifies setup by ensuring all laser and illumination systems remain aligned once the aiming laser is zeroed. The LP5XP also incorporates an integrated flip-up front sight directly into the housing.
Isn't that cute? Like it looks like one of those little fishies, right? It's got the wide mouth, it's got the lasers, and then it's got the little side on top. It's so cute.
I think it's pretty cool, actually. It's kind of a vibe.
For 2,800, honestly, I think it's worth it now.
Providing additional capability without increasing overall system size or complexity. The LP.
Although, to be real, iron sights on a laser aiming module, when we're undoubtedly running like an LPVO with a top dot or a red dot magnifier combo, half these people aren't going to be running iron sights at all. And is that front iron sight going to match up with whatever you're putting in the rear, right? That's the question. It seems nice, but Red Right Hand says, and you can't own it. Oh, I'll find a way. Okay, I'm gonna like bribe my local agency to buy a bunch of these so I can steal one from them. I mean, acquire it legally.
Yeah, you could own it, Cody. And if you can own it, we can own it.
It's true.
It's a joke.
Isn't just designed for capability. It's designed for hard use. Built around a rugged glass fiber reinforced polymer housing, the LP5X.
Oh, really? It's a polymer housing? That's how they got it so light, isn't it? I didn't realize it was a plastic housing.
Yay.
Yeah. I know that like laser aiming modules have been plastic forever, but just there's something about having plastic mounted to my gun that I dislike. There's just something about it. All right.
The LP5XP is waterproof, shock resistant, and engineered to operate reliably in temperature.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, if I ever get the chance to unbox one of these.
Shock resistant and engineered to operate reliably in temperatures ranging from -32 degrees to 159 degrees Fahrenheit. The result is a laser aiming and illumination device that delivers exceptional capability and professional grade performance in an incredibly compact package. As a true high.
Dude, this reminds me of like the Fortnite menu music, isn't it? Isn't this the Fortnite menu music? The really chill, like background synth stuff? It's got to be. I haven't played the game since like 2017, but it's got to be that.
Power laser system, the LP5XP, is available through authorized channels in accordance with applicable regulations.
Oh, I forgot to blur the last part. Going to get myself in trouble here. Unbelievable.
Maximum capability, minimal footprint.
Minimal footprint. That actually makes Jake really upset. He wants maximal footprint. Huge feet. I mean, footprint. All right. The LP5X-P is Colt Optics entry into weapon-mounted aiming lasers. U.S. model of the combat-proven LP5X-P built-in partnership with Brolis Defense and already standardized and fielded across NATO forces. Wait, so has this laser aiming module existed in the wild? And I just never knew that?
I saw somebody in the comments say something about Brolis, some like Lithuanian.
No.
But Lithuania is not even a real place, so I just ignored it.
4 co-aligned lasers do the work of an entire aiming suite: visible green, IR illuminator, and a electronically adjustable beam divergence, and a VCSEL IR-based flood illuminator. Very cool. Let's see, 26 milliwatt visible laser, which is insane, but it's full power. You're never going to have one. Unfortunately, at the bottom, this item is available for sale to military and law enforcement agencies only. Documentation may be required to verify and approve sales authorization. So you will not be able to buy one. That's tragic. Very, very sad. Now, I wonder if it's going to show me the switchology on here. So separate vis IR, front one. Yeah. Power selector switch independent from function switch. That's nice. Dual locking bars. And then back here we have, does it actually show our, let's see here, technical data sheet. Look at this real fast. It's not going to, I actually really want to see the switches. It really didn't show us a very good picture of the switches themselves, which is obnoxious because I actually want to see how that looks because that makes or break the unit. Can I actually use the switches on the device? Show me the back of the unit, please. You're really not going to show me the back of the unit at all? Okay, here we go. So here we have beam divergence. My apologies. On the left. So when you go to all the way wide, it automatically switches to the flood. And then when you're off of that, it's on your adjustable illuminator. It's like, okay, nice. And then you have your crane port in the back. It looks like just a single crane port, which is fine. And you have your illuminators up front. So anyways, it's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. You're never going to be able to buy one. It's not possible. Don't ask, okay? It's not my fault. You're not an LE agency. You're not a, mill government contract. You can't have it, okay? You cannot have nice things. Just ask the Korean company to make you one at SHOT Show, LOL. Yeah, exactly. The funny thing is, dude, I guarantee you these things are not that expensive to produce, right? It took a lot of like design time to get all the things in such a small package, but I guarantee you if you like magically were able to steal the designs and ask some, overseas manufacturer to make this, you could probably get these under $1,000 really easy.
Well, how much are the Brolis LP5X units going for?
Let's see.
If you can buy them.
Yearly Dead, says John. Look at the Brolis website. Fine.
I don't like that name. Brolis.
I want to be bro full, not bro less. Jeez.
Yeah. Where
Let's
my bros
see.
at?
Lasers. We stand with Ukraine. That is the very first thing that they have on their website.
Slava Ukraini.
Slava Ukraina. Slob on that Ukraina. Till I Putin or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, no, that's it. That's definitely it.
Imagine how cool it'd be if you went to one of these websites and they just have a picture of Putin on there. Like, it'd just be funny. It'd be really funny.
This is way better. Wait, so here's the thing. Can I have Brolis import these for me? Can I just go to them directly and be like, hey, can you just make me a civilian legal version of this? Right? I mean, it's the VXL based flood illuminator. I would need a full power flood illuminator. That's the problem that it wouldn't have. So, or a full power non-flood illuminator. So,
I mean, if you just told them that you're like forming an army, they'd probably
dude, true. Dude, I could totally do that. I could totally fake like working for an LEO agency or something like that. Like fake all the documents, all of that. I could totally do that. It'd be so funny to do that. Listen, ATF agent watching this. I am not impersonating an officer. I'm just saying it'd be really funny to do so. I could get it done.
Yeah.
The Israel of Europe. That's funny. The Brolin is 7,000. No. How did Colt get it so much cheaper than that? That's insane. If that's real, that's insane. All right. Well, we have one more. Okay, guys. I know we're on the Colt train here, but we've got one more Colt optic to take a look at, and then we're finally going to get to your guys' support real fast.
Hopefully it has a horse on it.
This one has a horse on it, just as you requested, good sir. All right. Let's see. So this is I entitled this video Colt Piss. And I believe that's because it's the pistol optic.
Every decision behind the MRS-1 started with a simple objective.
Dude, he says the exact same thing in every single video. Every decision behind the letters and numbers was designed to get the shooter on target faster, with one goal in mind.
Provide the reliability advantages of a closed emitter optic without compromising the size, weight, and handling characteristics shooters expect from a modern pistol. Pistol optics operate in harsh environments. Rain.
Yeah, the harshest environment of all, Jake. My pants. That's really where they operate at. Very harsh environment, okay? It's a salty, sweaty neighborhood down there, and they've got to be waterproof, you know what I'm saying, okay? Because sometimes things just go bad, all right? And if it's not waterproof, it's not going to make it.
John, you just piss yourself every match. Every day you piss yourself, and your gun has to be able to handle that kind of abuse.
It's true, dude. I pee on my gun when I wake up in the morning, then I get out of bed.
Snow, dust, mud, sweat, and everyday carry conditions.
Everyday carry. They didn't mention cum, though. Yeah, sweat and dust. Yeah, sure, bud. What about cum? Just, dude, I want to like film a video like that where I'm very serious, very straight face, like I'm at SHOT Show, right? And I'm like, you said like everyday conditions. Like, what happened? Would cum fog up the window? Would cum stick to it? Do you think? Is it? You said it's waterproof lenses, but is it cum proof? Like really serious? Like I'm trying to like I'm very concerned about this one specific issue. Be like, I looked through all your marketing material, but I didn't see if the lenses were cum rated. Is there anything you can say on that?
I would just like to take the moment to go back like 30 minutes to when you harassed me for making a comment. Okay.
Harass you. I made fun of you for it, and now the chat is making fun of me for it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Protein stains. All right. It looks exactly like the Ames, which looks exactly like every other enclosed pistol optic. It's very exciting.
Can all affect performance when critical components are exposed to the elements. The MRS-1 utilizes a fully enclosed emitter design that protects the optical system from environmental contamination, helping ensure the dot remains visible when it matters the most. Measuring just 1.85 inches in length and weighing only 2 ounces, the MRS-1
2 ounces is kind of heavy actually for what it is. I mean, it looks like an Ames, like the new Holosun Ames, which is, it's not a bad thing. The acro footprint I think is fine. You know, you're almost always going to be using a adapter plate with it, but most guns have adapter plates anyways. Looks like the Koa, maybe a little worse than the Koa since it's not direct mounted. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it does look like the Koa because it looks kind of cattywampus. Not sure what that's about.
One delivers advantages of a closed emitter optic while maintaining a compact profile that integrates naturally with modern handgun platforms. Despite its compact footprint, the MRS-1 features a
Okay, this was the clip that I was talking about. So they do the close-up slow-mo of this guy shooting it, and the slow-mo like really
compact footprint.
It's
The
hard to tell 'cause it's
MRS-1
blurred, I
features
know,
a
but
generously sized viewing
that
window
like
that
9
provides an
millimeters coming out
expansive
of his
sight picture.
hands there, and I don't know
Designed
why
to
he's doing
maximize
that.
usable viewing
Why
area.
did that look like Hop?
Don't ask.
Or Brass Fox? I can't quite tell. One of the two.
This guy's got a little bit more going on downstairs, I think.
He's
Personally.
got
No
too much
offense.
ass to be one of those clowns, one of those jokers.
Despite its compact footprint, the MRS-1 features a generously sized viewing window that provides an expansive sight picture. Designed to maximize usable viewing area, it helps shooters acquire the dot quickly while maintaining awareness of the target and surrounding environment. The MRS-1 utilizes the widely adopted acro footprint, providing compatibility with a growing ecosystem of mounting solutions and optics-ready pistols. Its low-profile design also allows for co-witnessing with many standard height iron sights, ensuring backup aiming compatibility is always available. At the heart of the MRS-1 is a crisp 3 MOA aiming dot that balances speed and precision.
I do love that. Any dot size, did you know this, Jake? But any dot size balances speed and precision. No matter what the dot size is, it's a balance of speed and precision. 6 MOA dot, balancing speed and precision. 2 MOA dot, balancing speed and precision. It's like,
yeah, no, I'm
it's
familiar. I'm familiar with the concept. I love the buzzwords. I just love buzzwords. They keep me alive, man. If I didn't get buzzwords, I probably would never buy a product.
Sorry, I missed it. What is the actual acronym for this one? MRS-1. Okay, MRS-1. MRS-1. Micro red sight? Micro wristal sight? It's a micro wristal sight.
Making it equally effective for rapid target acquisition and accurate shot placement. Top-mounted controls provide intuitive brightness adjustment while helping prevent.
It's fine. Like, I don't know. I have the top-mounted. Where's that dot that I just got in that has like top-mounted controls on it? Was
Those
it the
are
EPS?
big.
No.
Those are like jitterbug buttons, dude.
Yeah, they're big, bro. But
This
I think
is
it's
for the elderly and the profoundly retarded.
for concealed carry, I think it is better to have them on the top, I think, because they'll have less interference with your clothes or with your belly button. Like, I don't know.
Those are getting bumped. Those are getting pressed inadvertently.
Yeah, you pressing on them. You pressing
brightness
on them, bro.
brightness adjustment ND killed my family. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Your mom is top mounted. Ah, damn it. Got him. Anyways, inside of a holster though, because like realistically, I don't know. I think of these as like more duty focused because like the EPS exists or EPS style optics. Like everybody makes an EPS style clone. Primary Arms has an EPS dot. O-Sight has a EPS style dot. Holosun has an EPS style dot. The Vortex has an EPS style dot. Like for concealed carry purposes, like any of those will do perfect for it. However, I feel like when you're getting into a little bit bigger, like acro style things, like maybe that's more quote unquote duty focused. It's definitely marketed more to like duty bros than concealed carry purposes.
You
So
keep
it's going to be in
saying
a level
duty.
2 or a level 3 holster, right?
You like the word duty a lot, don't you, John?
Duty. Yeah, I like duty. Well, listen, we already had the cum proof, but we haven't tested if it's duty proof yet.
Accidental activation during holstering and everyday carry. Powered by a common CR2032 battery, the MRS1
Oh, wait. Is that on? That's not on the bottom. No, that's on the side. Okay.
2032 battery, the MRS1 delivers up to 75,000 hours of runtime and features motion activated illumination that automatically powers down after 10 minutes of inactivity and
Yeah, no, that's the thing though. It's like it has a roughly a year, 2-year battery life. It has motion activation. It looks exactly like an Ames. It looks like a Koa. It's like it has all the standard things that you would expect.
Instantly reactivates when movement is detected. MRS1 isn't just designed for everyday carry, it's designed for hard use. Designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA, the MRS1 reflects Colt Optics' commitment to quality, durability, and performance. Built around
John,
a rugged...
Is it there's the cum again. Is it crazy for me to think that Shake Awake on an everyday carry dot is basically retarded? Because I don't know about you guys, maybe I take it a little bit farther, but there's maybe a couple out 6 hours during the day where my gun is not moving constantly because it's not attached to me.
How long do you sleep at night?
That's not the point. All right. There's
do you move into your sleep? I'm concerned now. I slept on that couch behind you, dude.
There is a point.
I'm scared for
you
my
have slept on
safety.
my couch. No, it's okay. There's just I don't sleep very much, John. Thanks for asking. Thanks for being concerned about my well-being. No, but I don't know. Shake Awake just doesn't make a ton of sense to me, I guess.
Wait, what's your alternative to Shake Awake?
I don't think it's necessary. I think always on is fine.
Always on. Okay.
Yeah.
But well, listen, so even if I grant you that, but let's say a quarter of the day it's off because you're sleeping, right? For at least 6 hours, Jake. Let's just say that that's the case. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then just having it extends your battery life by 30%.
Something I do not like about at least the Shake Awakes that I've seen, and this is just HoloSen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They have a little bit of a lag to them to where sometimes under some circumstances and conditions, the dot does not automatically appear. Not as quickly as it should. I don't know. I mean, if it functions flawlessly and it's not an issue where you're like, oh, the Shake Awake feature, I got too much cum on my site. I got too much duty on my site. And now it doesn't want to turn on right away. And then that's not.
I agree. I think maybe the auto shut off should not be 10 minutes. Maybe it should be an hour or 2.
Yeah.
Right. So that way it's basically always on except for when you're sleeping. Yeah. Do not shake awake your kids. Technically it works, but not great. Bodie McBoatface says the rub awake. Oh, wouldn't that be obnoxious? You have to pull it out of your pants and start doing really awkward motions. But please turn on, please turn on, please turn on.
Rub it like a genie.
7075 T6 aluminum housing. It features military standard recoil and shock resistance and is engineered to operate reliably at temperatures ranging from -20 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. The result is a compact, durable, and dependable pistol optic designed for shooters who demand confidence in their equipment. The Colt MRS1, closed emitter reliability without compromise.
Now, again, it is not made in the US. I saw Lucas earlier today said new Colt optic is hitting the market, made in the USA. It's not made in the US. Assembled. Okay. This is the problem. Okay. Here, this is the whole Mark 1 controversy again. If everybody says made in America and I have to make a video where it's no, it's actually not made in America, it's just assembled here. Okay. It's going to be a problem. Okay. So just get it right from the beginning. It's not made in America. It's put together by Jamal in Chicago or wherever these guys are from. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not made in America.
Get it right, Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas, bruh. But anyways, the price tag, 400 MSRP, which means street price is going to be 3 something. That's actually pretty good. for an assembled in America red dot that competes directly with Holosun's offerings. Cheap. It's way cheaper than some of the SIG sights. It's way cheaper than the HTX1 from Primary Arms. That's not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. I think that's actually a pretty good deal. This one is actually probably the most interesting out of all of their options. If I manage to steal one of their big windowed red dots, I'd take that too. But this one is actually like a as long as you're okay with the acro footprint, like this one seems reasonable. It's reasonably priced. It's got good features. It's assembled in the US for some, if that matters to some of you. Hopefully it's relatively decent. Not a terrible option in my opinion.
Assembled in the US by Star Wars people.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can hope. You can hope. Uncle OG, hope you're having a good night. Nomad Remnant says I've switched to all acro footprints. Oops. L take. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like acros, but surprisingly, the acro footprint has stuck around. I don't think the acro will stick around for that much longer. I think it's like the worst. The acro might be the worst acro footprint optic on the market.
Kind of like the RMR.
Right, dude, it's true. So true. The RMR is the worst RMR footprint optic on the market. I can't believe you would say something so controversial, so brave, yet so true.
It's just true. I don't know what to tell you, Chief.
It's true. Yeah, 100%. No, it's accurate. RMR is the worst RMR footprint optic on the market. Anyways, is there anything interesting here? Expansive viewing window. What do you mean by expansive? Yeah, dude, I hate that they do this.
Americans will use anything but like the metric system to measure.
Can you just tell me how big it is?
It's expansive, bro.
Dude, yes, this is like describing your junk to a prospective female interactor, okay? It's expansive. It's ready to perform at a moment's notice. It's designed for hard use environments. And it's like, no, can you just tell me like what's going on here? Large square window. Yep. 8 daylight settings, 4 night vision settings. I hope that the night vision performance is actually good. That'll be a big value add. Window size 20 by 21, which is fine. That's actually pretty decent. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I wouldn't call that expansive, okay? Sexual interlocutor. That's a good sexual interlocutor. Yes, that's a good one.
That's going to be Hop when this horse shows up at his house.
Hop and his horse. The sexual interlocutors. I mean,
is it smoking?
Is the horse smoking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that does it. Is it handsome or is it hot? Okay.
Isn't that what they did for like knockoff Colt lowers? They had the smoking horse.
Oh, did they? That's funny. I mean, Colt Optics and Colt USA, is that the name of the company? They're technically like sister companies or like little offshoots. But I mean, CZ's getting wild with it, okay? CZ's going crazy in June right now with their control of Colt. And honestly, Colt has been doing better under their leadership. Like we checked out the numbers like 2 weeks ago, and Colt's numbers over the last couple of years have gone way up. So good for them. It smokes Newports now. That's true. Cigar smoking Chad horse. They knew what they were doing.
Hop, why don't you just marry the fucking horse, dude?
Horse. Hop is really into this horse. Okay, Hop might be in the design team. He's like, I designed that logo, dog. You guys are gonna like it. Okay.
Hop love.
Imagine Hop. Okay, imagine a Hop in a board meeting. He walks up there and he's like, he sits down in front of all these executives, you know, these very high paid people with lots and lots of money. And he's like, all right, listen to me. Hot horses. It's like, everybody's just staring at him like, what are you talking about? This guy is like, no, hot horses. You will put make him smoking. A smoking hot horse as your logo. Do it now.
Hop, you need to change your name
to
change your name to Horse Love File in honor of your love for horses.
Horse Love File does not go good. That is not going to look good on the deposition. Do not do that. Why do you think Hop likes Glock and horses so much? I've never thought about it that way. You know, actually, you know what? The guns are Hop's second favorite division of Glock. Now that I think about it. Right?
I guess. What's the other division that he likes? The protein powder?
No, you don't remember the Glock semen, the horse
know.
semen division?
I'm
Okay,
making-
I was like,
I'm
come on, you
making
don't
a-
even get the joke.
I'm making a protein joke, John.
Okay.
Keep up.
Plop plop Heil. That's funny too.
Keep up, little man.
Ah, dude, I'm an old man. I can't handle with these kids anymore. All right. Anyways, that's it for the that picture of Hop is so funny though.
It's terrifying. Did we ever get filled in? Pardon the pun.
Disappointed. It's like a sleep paralysis demon.
Pardon the pun. But did we ever get filled in on why his eyebrows are like that? Not filled in?
I honestly don't know. Oh, that's good. All right. Anyways, let's get to your guys' support. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We finally made, after like an hour, we finally made it through all of Colt's new offerings here. All right. Josh for 5 says the Roscoe sale has started. If you order more than $250 worth of merchandise, you will get a free patch of Roscoe herself. I think Josh is also, we're talking about horses, but now we're moving into dogs. I think Josh is more interested in the dog than the barrels, if we're being honest. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that.
That's a mug moment, Josh.
Sort of. Dude, I wish I could show his pictures that everybody edited on the Discord of him, but he would get upset if I started showing him off. So, Amrai Boy for 2 says late and gayer than the humidity and the heat. Yeah, it was very bad today. It's been bad here for a couple of days.
Are you talking about yourself, Armorai Boy, or
is Amrai Boy the heat?
No,
Or
the gay
is he
part.
in the gay part? Okay. Thank you, Amrai Boy. Fight it out. Fight it out in the chat. Lon Harichi for 5 says he's late because he was taking another shooting class from McPhee. I'm sorry. I have to apologize. Where is that video? I know I made one.
The L.
Oh, wait. Did I just edit it? I'll have to bring that up at some point. That was a funny little edit. Thank you, Lon Harichi. Appreciate that. Lon Harichi for another 5 says 100 by 100 is easy. Same number of grenades Tim Kennedy threw in 1 week. Thank you, Lon Harichi. I appreciate that. Cody Fisher for $20 says toe money is crazy activity. Hope you're doing well, Cody.
Money, this is song of the summer shit. You know it's funny. Walk on stage with no shoes on. All I need is feet, boy, I'm too gone. Hey, Jake money, big toe money. This is song of the summer shit. You know it's funny. Walk on stage with no shoes on. All I need is feet, boy, I'm too gone. My feet feel good. Your feet where they should. Y'all just sitting in the grass with a cigarette. Jake money, big toe money. That's a bigger check. Walking in, everybody.
I love how excited you get every time that plays. The chat doesn't see it, but I do. Okay, Jake, when you're dancing and you have your shoes off and you're kicking it in the background while that's playing, I love it. I think it's very funny. You should do that for the audience.
It's a damned lie, John.
Over on Ko-Fi for 10, Tarke, hope you're doing well, haven't seen you in a minute, says, y'all's worship another man's feet and call me degenerate. May I please have based Ben calling out retard Ben? I have to find this one.
Kill yourself, faggot.
Wrong one. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Where is he? Where's Ben at? Did I delete Ben accidentally? No, there he is.
Shut the fuck up, man.
Nope, that wasn't it. There's another Ben. Do I have multiple Bens? Here it is.
This is a retarded take.
Thank you very much, Tarke. Well, the difference is BTM is a joke, right? It's funny. You're actually a furry, though, right? It's like, when it's real, it's like, wow, that's really cringe, bro. Okay, you wouldn't get our dark, ironic humor, though. Just kidding, Tarke. Breakfast Paladin for 3 says, happy Mondays, brother. Glad to be with you all for another stream. Christ is King. Psalm 28:7, which says, the Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. My heart leaps for joy, and with song I praise him. Thank you very much for that. A little bit of a, dichotomy, a contrast between the Psalms, of our scripture and some of our conversations earlier in the stream, but I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Breakfast Paladin. Frog Commander becomes a Ko-Fi caffeine creep. Appreciate that. Tarkai comes back. He says, okay, fine. All right, that slapped hard. Y'all still have a full squadron of MiG-15s. It is actually, as much as I denigrate certain people, it seems like it attracts them more. Have you noticed that, Jake? Like, the meaner I am to ethnics, the more of them I acquire.
Yeah, it's because when you bully them, it makes them come, John.
It is just like women, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's exactly
it's
like
just
women.
like women. The meaner you are to them, the more they love you.
Wait, how would you know? You don't even know. Oh. Tarke for 5 says, why not? It's been a while. Richard, give me a pet and a boop to the pupper. Aw, thank you, Tarke. Richard, you've been commanded by a furry to pet a dog, which is actually, that's... If a furry tells you to pet a dog, is there like an undertone there that's strange? Right?
There is something a little weird about that.
Yeah. Frog Commander for 10 says, hey, John, it was nice meeting you at the match Saturday. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you for sitting and having lunch with me. If you're ever back this way, I hope we can squad together. Sorry to hear you had a bad experience. Bummer, dude. I had no idea my club is a joke. Your club's not a joke. Like, listen, if that's where you are, that's where you go to. I had a bad time. I'm not going back. Definitely not worth it for me. But the best part of my match was meeting you. So I appreciate that, Frog Commander. Hope you have a great day out there.
And you got to have lunch with him. When he came here, he didn't even have lunch with me. He just took my couch and did weird things to me in the middle of the night.
Okay, no, that's not true. Why were you up in the middle of the night? You were walking around with a gun in your hand, saying, "Where is she?
I was clearing.
And I'm like, Jake,
clearing the
I'm
house.
about to go to bed. I'm about to go. You gotta stop, Jake. Okay,
gotta clear the house, man.
I told you no means no, and you just didn't stop. Waifu's enslaved. Jimmy's unrustled for 5 says the RO acting like a tough guy is so cringe. Do these guys not realize they're running a Renaissance fair for wannabe operators? That's funny, dude. A Renaissance fair for wannabe operators. Yes, that is your local USPSA level 2 match, apparently. Anyways, can I get the Discord link? You can. Waifu's enslaved. Jimmy's unrustled. Absolutely.
It is like it's a hot zone in there though, just so you know.
That's
like join
fine,
at
dude.
your own peril.
Who cares how many people get nuked from our server? It's even funnier the second time. Ollie B for $20 says OG big toe money for Jake's horse horniness. Repent.
Money, this is a song of the summer shit. You know it's funny. Walk on stage with no shoes on. All I need is feet, boy, I'm too gone. Hey, Jake money, big toe money. This is a song of the summer shit. You know it's funny. Walk on stage with no shoes on. All I need is feet, boy, I'm too gone. My feet feel good. Your feet where they should. Y'all just sitting in the grass with a cigarette. Jake money, big toe money. That's a bigger check. Walking in, everybody's.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much, Polly B. I appreciate that, good sir. Let me check Rumble real fast. There's so far to scroll. Why are you guys commenting on Rumble, guys? I'm just kidding. Jarrett for 5 says, got a new dog yesterday, based, and she's already soiled the living room 4 times.
Wow.
Wow. That is the joys. I mean, they're much like babies, you know, when they got to be trained. Fortunately, dogs don't take a couple of years to train. If she wasn't so damn cute, I'd send her back. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope the dog's helping out. Christ is king and God is good. Thank you very much, Jarrett. And over here, Jarrett again says, what's good about this optic? Oh, dude, I should have played that every time. That's great.
I don't understand. Care. No, again, I don't fucking care, brother. Come on.
Okay,
I don't
great,
fucking care.
but
What's
just
good
keep
about
going.
this optic?
That is still such a great clip. Thank you, Jarrett.
He almost lost his cool.
It was close. He pulled it, but he locked in right at the end there, but almost lost it. Fat Man for 5 says Hop is Liquid Snake from Metal Gear Solid with a cat. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Fat Man. Appreciate that. Let's see. Well, Lightspore for 2 says whoever made this Jake edit. Dude, I thought that Jake edit was great. I thought it was fire, as the kids say. Do kids still say fire?
No.
Mid Ramus for 2 says, send this to me, please. I need the same email as last time. Oh, you want the Jake song? I'll send you the Jake song. Dude, what if I charge like old school, like underground records? Like I'm passing out mixtapes of Jake's songs at like meetups. Only at meetups, though. That's the only place you can get them. Is like burned to a CD with like a scribbled on title on them. It's like BTM Volume 1, right? It's like $20 at our meetups. Like that's the only place you can get them. Very underground, very cool. Thank you, Mitt Rhombus. Josh for 2 says, dude, can I get $30, please? Josh keeps asking for $30. I'll give him $30 because I mean, like I like Josh. Josh is nice. He's helped me out before. Polly B for 2 says it's blunt. That's code that codes as insult to normies. Yeah, I felt like that was like the most direct way I could say that I'm never coming back, and I disliked it greatly without saying anything specific about anyone, right? But then it's like, if you want to clap back to that, like, we can do that, right? If we can just call each other retarded faggots. Like, we can just have fun and do that. It's fine. Thank you, Polly B. Grug Holabunga for 2 says devastated. I'm not devastated. I mean, it was a waste of time and money for me, so I'm annoyed, right? Not devastated. Thank you, Grug Holabunga. Atramenta for 2 says these ROs sound like stinky, perfidious lemon heads. Well, I don't know if perfidious really makes sense in this context, because I don't really see the dichotomy there that would lead to the usage of perfidious as a correct term, right?
A big word, though. Good job.
Do you know what perfidious means, Jake?
No.
It means something that should be one way, given its characteristics, but is not, right? So if I gave you a cake that had like beautiful vanilla frosting everywhere and it looked like the sweetest thing ever, and you bite into it and it's sour, that would be perfidious, right? The perfidious nature of the cake led to it being bitter when it appeared so sweet. Something like that.
Thank you for teaching me all this, John. I was homeschooled, so I don't know shit.
I was homeschooled too, bro. I had to look up perfidious for a video. So I was like, I needed an analogy for something that was one way but wasn't, and I was like searching for a word that would make sense. So I didn't know. I didn't just have that in my lexicon. I had to add that manually. Can't for 5 says, is that Charlie next to him? What did he have to say about him if it is him? I don't think it is. No, I don't think that's Charlie. It's just some other random goober. Thank you, Rubicant. Appreciate that. White Power Ranger for 2 says, reminder, it's been 480 days since it ended at SIG. It's never going to end. It's never going to end until they get rid of it. Todd and Dogs for 2 says, Jake cries out in pain as Dr. Focus Trip Punt comes back.
Wow. Todd and Dogs doesn't know how to type? That's crazy.
Todd and Dogs is hilarious because he only ever does $2 at a time. So he only has 40 characters. So he's got to sometimes he'll say insane sentences using 1-letter words all the way through. It's very funny how creative he is to only spend $2 at a time. And then he'll send 5 messages. So he could have actually gotten everything out if he just did 2 $5 super chats, but instead he's forced to be very creative. Thank you, Don Dogs. St. John's Crusade, member for 15 months, says, check out the demographics I posted in Discord for Traverse City. Christ is King. Where is that at? Did you link it to me? Oh, okay. So it looks like assembly technician for Colt Manufacturing is about $18 an hour. It is 91% white, though.
Whoa.
91% white area. So multiracial is 6. That's mixed. Latino is 3, Black is 1, and Asian is 1. So actually, that's pretty good. Traverse City. Okay, Colt, made in America by Americans. I take it all back. Colt's made by Americans.
I've been to Traverse City. It was a long time ago, though. I'm surprised that they've, maintained that those demographics.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Ford Enthusiast 1488. Yeah, Ford, Henry Ford, great guy. They don't talk enough about his books, honestly. They always talk about his cars, but not his books. Becomes a new member. Appreciate that. Zanico gifted 1 Focus Trip member. Whoever got that membership, they say thank you. Didn't even say thank you. Joshua Howard, member for 6 months, says, is that Jake's sock on the mic? No. So I think, I'm actually not sure whose sock it is. There's hair on it. I think it's one of my kids' socks. It was laying on the floor. And so I was like, I'm trying to keep this meme up of every stream having a different mic covering device rather than a real pop filter. So last stream I had a beanie. The stream before that I had a neck thingamajig. So it's just going to keep every stream. It's going to be something different. Thank you, Josh. Holly B for $10 says double zoom is real, called BCGs or birth control goggles.
Yeah.
Why is it called birth control goggles?
Because they're ugly. It's a thing they do in the military for guys who needed prescription lenses. They'd have these strap, around the back of the head goggles that they could wear.
Oh.
And they're really ugly, so they call them birth control goggles.
Oh, that's funny. Mil-spec prescription eyewear, the biggest, ugliest crap imaginable. Glass so thick you get like a 1.1 zoom. I'm not joking. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That's so funny. Thank you, Paulie B. That's good to know. We need to get us that. Dude, we should like do a shooting competition with like beer goggles. That would be funny. Jail Gonis for 2 says, I'm here for the USPSA drama. That she is gold. Well, thank you, Jail Gonis. I appreciate that. I mean, listen, what's the worst they can do to me? Kick me out? That would be so funny. If they did legitimately kick me out for complaining, it would be so
out
funny.
Of 109 USPSA level 2 matches.
No. The first time is free, okay? If it happens twice, that's where it's funny.
Then you have to start being a little introspective at that point.
If it happens twice, then I think it's just a me problem. Paulie B for 2 says, Steve, 1989 MRE Info dropped a new vid. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All right. I don't think I've ever watched that guy, but I hope he's good.
MRE. Okay. I started watching him recently. He's awesome. I love his videos. I love watching him open a World War II era ration and smoking the cigarettes out of it. I love the look on his face as he savors the notes of the, 85-year-old cigarettes. It's pretty awesome. Shout out to Steve.
Talk amongst yourself for a second. I gotta grab something.
So anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? How is the chat doing this evening? Are your jimmies rustled? I think we hopefully are going to be moving on to some lovely topics that are not rage-inducing at all, and surely will not lead to more rage towards certain ethnic groups, because that's just not how we roll around here, guys. And I think Richard's asleep. I'm not entirely sure. Jake Toe tier list, absolutely not. Not Uma. What? Not yet Uma, Jake. I'm not an Uma. I never have been an Uma, and I never will be an Uma. I was homeschooled. Being homeschooled was fine. John was homeschooled, I think.
Dude. No, but this is the Glimmerman rig thing. Somebody, where is he? Ryan Vargas for 5 says, when Glimmerman rig eval video, I own one and it's peak white boy summer industrial complex. So this is the Glimmerman, Jonathan Picone's, his like chest rig thingamajig. It's super cool, dude. It's like really high quality leather that's made by Amish children, I want to say. He contracts out specifically Amish children to make these. So you have 3 magazine pouches, canteen pouch, general purpose pouch, and it's just one single strap. So it just kind of like hangs right here, and then you have your mags here. When it's loaded down, it's actually really easy. Oh, also, Granny's Gear Shop sent me this. Thank you for that.
Nice.
I appreciate that. So yeah, it's a little expensive, but it's a vibes-based rig. It's not like the uber cool tactical Haley strategic micro DCM3 rig, right? But it's like it's a vibes-based rig, and the vibes are pretty cool. So I do need to use it more and get more footage of it. But yeah, I have one. It's pretty neat.
Can you really put a price tag on Amish child labor? To me, that's priceless.
That's a good point. Thank you, Ryan Vargas. Appreciate that, sir.
You got super quiet, John.
Did I get? Oh, damn it. Oh, it's because I bumped the mic.
It's that damn sock.
It's not the sock. Sock is love. Sock is life. Ray Holocaust, member for 12 months, says, damn, I've been here an entire year. Listen, I've enjoyed the Ray Holocaust show for a year. I think the Ray Holocaust show is fantastic. Lightsport for 2 says, Ukraine, you mean total Z victory. Z. Thank you, Lightsport. Autistic Endeavors for 5 says, gonna cut out before the bait. Got enough rage. Please pray for my aunt. She's in the same hospital with the same thing, pneumonia. My mom, her twin, passed from. I'm very sorry to hear that. Prayers for your aunt out there, man. Not fun. It's funny. My mom is also a twin. Interesting. But yeah, that is not fun to deal with. I'll pray for your aunt, sir. Bunster, member for 4 months, says, Hop is my favorite horse girl. Jake, which one's your favorite horse girl?
I don't like any of them.
Super Creek, right? The one with the very motherly personality, with the Super Creek.
I think you're confusing me with Logan.
No, I thought we had this conversation.
If I could remind you, Logan is lobotomized. So checks
Partially.
out.
Mitt Rhombus for 2 says, did you know that Hop is the best man for lesbians? Womanians?
Dancing? Is that a dancing lady?
Lesdancians? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It looks like a white girl dancing, so I don't. Wholesominians? I don't know.
Is it?
We'll never figure it out, but thank you, Mitt Rhombus. I appreciate that. Tarke on YouTube for 2 says, no subtext, just good vibes for his sick doggo. Yes, good vibes only. Bryce Kimball, members for...
I think Tarke has some ulterior motives. I don't like that super chat. It's just kind of...
I think you're reading into it a little hard here, or soft, or
it's
or
not
flaccid.
me. It's you, Tarke. All right. No offense.
It's not me. It's you. Jade Toe Money, member for 8 months. I mean, I know everybody loves Jade Toe Money. Jade Toe Money is one of the better ones, I would say. It's because we don't even know what they're saying. I don't even know what he like programmed in there for them to say, but it's very funny. Jim Eagle for 2 says, journos will say FDE American. That's so funny. Before calling perp black. An FDE American. A DDC American. Yeah. Thank you, Jim Eagle. That's a good one. I'll have to use that. Mr. 9x19 for $20 says it's Big Toe Money Monday. Free Dugan. Christ is king. Christ is king. And you get a BTM for the boys.
This is song of the summer shit. You know it's funny. Walk on stage with no shoes on. All I need is feet, boy, I'm too gone. Hey, Jake Money, Big Toe Money. This is song of the summer shit. You know it's funny. Walk on stage with no shoes on. All I need is feet, boy, I'm too gone. My feet feel good. Your feet where they should. Y'all just sitting in the grass with a cigarette. Jake Money, Big Toe Money. That's a bigger check. Walking in, everybody.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Sorry, I just looked over at the YouTube chat. And there's a bunch of like random gifts, like flow states and other things. I know I've missed those throughout the stream, but just know that I appreciate them, even if I am like not paying attention to them because they weren't on my screen. I apologize for that, but thank you for them. Thank you also, Mr. 9x19. Paulie B for 2 says, rule number 1, look cool. Very true. Thank you, Paulie B. Trementar for 2 says nothing, drops it on the table, walks away, probably forgot to add a message, but just type it in the chat, and if I see it, I will bring it up. You don't need to super chat again, but thank you for the 2. And then last one, sorry for the delay. Jared for 2 says, sleepy, for those who know, tomorrow is the funeral. Please continue to pray for the family. Have a great night, gents. Well, prayers for the funeral, that it goes well, that the family gets some closure, and hopefully the service is good and exposes some of those people to Christ, because sometimes a death in the family, the death of a loved one, gets people to think about their eternal destination, and in that way can be a useful thing for people. So thank you, Jared. Have a great night, and I hope that the service goes well for you tomorrow. All right. Atramentor says, I meant to say lesbians. Yeah, I figured it was lesbians, okay, but it's being funny there. All right, well, Jake, you said non-rage inducing stuff. It's not... Some of it's pretty rage-inducing. Some of it's also just weird, I guess. There's a little bit of a white pill towards the end, I guess, but we'll start with this. So this is from the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. Will not be doing its baseball game on July 4th. Instead, they've replaced the 250th celebration of, America's birthday and whatnot with a African arts movement performance. Now, if you watched last week, that's where they rob a dead black man's still warm body on the ground while hooping and hollering at the EMTs trying to save the guy. I think that's the African arts movement performance. But not to be outdone, followed up by a Brazilian dance group, a Son Bacha Latin performance, and then spoken word poetry.
Oh, that's the best.
Dude, I need more. It's 2026, okay? I need more lesbian slam poetry in my life in 2026. Do you remember there was a time, 2020 maybe, 2019, where there was like just this slew of women who were doing like the scream therapy on stage where they were like getting out their inward trauma, and they would just like all three of
Inward
them go up
trauma.
on stage. They would have their little like slam poetry session, and then they would just scream for like 30 seconds.
Well, I don't know if you remember this, but Biden's inauguration, they had that black poetry girl come up and do some poetry thing at the inauguration, and none of it rhymed, which I thought was the only point of poetry, is that it rhymed.
Well, you see, that's white heteronormative behavior there that reinforces the patriarchy and therefore fascism. So poetry rhyming is really a Western concept when you think about it. That's really a colonial aspect, the colonization of poetry by the Western white cisgendered heteronormative men. Don't you think so?
I don't know any of those words.
I love the term heteronormative as if it's not like the only way that any species on Earth exists is through heteronormative behavior. It's like, what are you even talking about? All right. All right, Richard. Sorry. Are you you're heading out for the night, man?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm heading out.
All right. Well, hope you have a good night, man. Hope you have a good day at work tomorrow, bro.
Thanks. I'll talk to you
Hope
guys
the
later.
dog gets well.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
You guys. Good night.
Have a good night. All right. Let's move on from that. I think that's just funny. But now, this also happened today, Jake. Did you happen to see any of this? There was a riot, a overtake. They had a little function at the at the North Carolina jail, and the inmates were like, you know what? There's a lot of us, and there's only a couple of you, and I think we can take over the jail and have a party for a couple of hours. And that's basically exactly what happened. So inmates take control of a North Carolina jail after overpowering the correctional staff. Now, I know some people who work in correctional staff. This has got to be like nightmare level territory, right? Where the people that you've maybe not treated so nicely, now they probably deserved it, to be fair, but the people you've maybe not treated so nicely now have all the power, okay? It's a total role reversal of the power dynamics. So in Windsor, North Carolina, inmates seized control of parts of a regional jail in eastern North Carolina on Monday after overpowering correctional staff. Three guards. So I don't know if this facility was just understaffed, if they were waiting on more people to arrive, if a bunch of people called out sick. 3 guards and 88 inmates were inside. Now, I don't know about you, Jake, but I think like you don't need 1 guard per inmate, but maybe like a 4-to-1 ratio, maybe a 5-to-1 ratio is a little bit more appropriate. Not like 1 per 25, 1 per 30.
I don't even know if the ratio matters as much as just having like an actual like amount of guards. Like, I don't know, just like enough to operate the building, control the entry and exit. Because that doesn't, 3 does not sound like
It's
enough.
not enough. No, I think you're right. There's probably like a base minimum, and the base minimum is probably like 10 to 15. Because like, think about it. If there's a fight and 2 guards go in to break up the fight while 1 person remains like in a secure location, like those 2 guards are basically at the mercy of the inmates.
Mm-hmm.
And then all it takes is them to leverage their hostages on the inside to acquire the 3rd guard, right? So, I mean, 3 is not enough. In no way, shape, or form, not enough at all. A minimum of probably like 10 to 15. So when the takeover occurred at about 5 a.m., which was when everyone wakes up, I want to say, prompting an immediate response from local, state, and federal authorities. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation said in a statement posted on social media, there was no immediate threat to the general public. Bertie County Sheriff Tyrone Dindu Ruffin said in the statement, Windsor is about 120 miles east of Raleigh. Inmates took 2 guards captive, and the 3rd guard escaped. Negotiations led, that's exactly what I said. That's actually funny. Negotiations led to the release of 18 inmates and the 2 guards at about 9:30 a.m. The statement said another large group of inmates was released a short time later. Now, the situation has resolved, but it's just one of those, they had hostages. Obviously, they had the 2 guards, negotiated a release. I don't know how this works out well for anyone involved, although we are dealing with low impulse control peoples, right? So like
what do they mean when they say release inmates?
Well, like just get them out of the facility, or like the people who aren't actually responsible for the hostage taking, or people who are, because if the facility isn't secured, if the inmates are essentially like, hey, we're ready to give up and we don't want to be a part of this, we don't want extended sentences, and then the other ones are like, nah, we run the facility now. Okay, so there's still 50 of them on the inside, whatever it might be. I think that's what it means, because they haven't like completely regained control of the facility yet. So they're still, the inmates are still in control of the madhouse, or whatever the saying is.
Huh.
That's what I would imagine. Anyways, hostage were taken and now have been released. Law enforcement is trying to retake control of the jail. Inmates are armed with weapons. So this is the details of it. Apparently, there were only 3 guards on duty at the jail for the 88 inmates during the time of the takeover. At 5 a.m., inmates at the Bertie Martin Regional Detention Center in North Carolina began rioting. A few inmates overpowered 2 of the 3 guards and took control of the facility. The 3rd guard escaped the jail and fled, while the other 2 guards are taken hostages. The inmates that overpowered the guards assaulted the on-duty staff and then seized large portions of the building. At 9:30 a.m., after hours of negotiation, the 2 hostage guards walk out and 18 inmates are also released with them. At 9:50 a.m., a second large group of inmates exits the facility. So far, there have been no fatalities. There are currently 20 law enforcement agencies on the scene to try to retake control of the jail. The inmates currently inside the jail are alleged to be armed with weapons, basically whatever the staff, or I don't know if they have like an armory on site or something like that, where they have riot gear, equipment, and whatnot to prevent a riot. Ironically enough, only 2 on-duty guards plus whatever food and other personnel staff were on there. Not a great idea.
To overtake the riot started around 5 o'clock this morning. That's when inmates started to overtake the prison. There was 88 inmates at the time of this takeover, and there were 3 guards only. That's it. 88 inmates and 3 guards. Now, we also learned in that takeover, as you mentioned, Ken, that one of those guards managed to escape from the prison at that time. 2 others were taken hostage by inmates. We learned shortly after that negotiations started, and they were able to negotiate and get those other 2 correctional officers out of the prison at that time, along with some inmates also. So it's a very, very scary situation here. I can tell you that since I've been here, I've seen several North Carolina adult correctional buses go by me. Also, I've seen several SWAT vans go by me. So this is very much still an active investigation.
I think it's interesting, totally unrelated to the actual story. This is the first time I've heard a news anchor who doesn't have a like normal news anchor accent, either like the mid-Atlantic or like the Midwest accent.
What sort of accent does he have?
He has an accent, John.
There were 3 guards only. That's it. 88 inmates and 3 guards. Now,
man, maybe North Carolina a little different. Yeah, no, he has a very Ebonics heavy accent.
It's surprising because anywhere you go, usually, even if they are like black or Latino or whatever, they always have the same accent.
They sound
like
professional.
Kind of a prerequisite for the job.
That's the colonialization of reporting when you think about it. That's really Western heteronormative behavior seeping into journalism. Okay, you really haven't been exposed to the trans journalism, ethnically diverse system that was erased by the white man's arrival in America. So if you don't recognize that, then I'm sorry, you're just not going to make it. News and shit. Breaking update, 150, all inmates and staff are accounted for and safe. The incident has ended without any casualty. Those who have suffered injuries have received treatment. There are still a lot of open questions around how this could have occurred. So this, I don't know how reputable this is, but many North Carolina prisons operate with a ratio of 60 inmates to 1 correctional officer. Really? While blaming staffing shortage is understandable, it doesn't change the fact that DEI initiatives play a role. Well, you know what's funny is one of the most quote unquote diverse populations on the planet is within a prison, right? Because if we're defining diverse as lots of black people, it's actually like a diverse paradise inside of some of these prison institutions, right?
Yeah. It is truly a magical thing. I don't think I don't think you can pay me enough to work that job, being a CO. I'm not even gonna thank the
It's
people who
got to
do
be
it. 'Cause
miserable,
I
you
just
know,
don't
because
even know
it's
why you
like
would.
it's like out of 100 people, like 80 are probably just unrepentant scumbags. One person might be innocent and or just a guy in the wrong spot, wrong time, and the other 19 people are like somewhere in between. But the vast majority of them are just like actual miserable, disgusting people.
Yeah, I would say probably the majority of them are not. They're like petty criminals, not petty in the sense of like not like raping and murdering people. They're still criminals. They still have that mindset, but they're not what you think of, I guess, when you think of like a prison. But still, like that percentage of people in there that is the like super violent, and they're able to like motivate groups. Then you see stuff like this happen where a small group of inmates or a large group of inmates convinces everyone else to take over the prison. And now they're gonna enjoy their time on their little island until they run out of food and realize, oh shit.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Whitey
what's
back
the
in here.
possible, from their perspective? Obviously, they're not great at forethought, but what possible benefit is there to being in control of the prison? Right? It's like, hey, you all get to spend more time in the prison.
Well, they get to have free reign and feel like they have some kind of power, and
For
they're
a day
going
or two.
to form
Right.
some
No,
kind
I get the short-term
yeah.
benefit, right? You got to be the big hoss again. You got to be on top of the world. You got to, terrorize the staff. You got to eat the good food. You got to play around in places you're not allowed to go. You get that little bite of freedom. But
It's probably
long-term,
like
it's like this. There's no positive solution here for you.
it's like Lord of the Flies, but more rape, if I had to guess.
Or maybe not even rape at that point. Maybe it's just you're just a prison wife. It's just at first it was rape, and now it's just part of your daily life.
Maybe
call that. It's not Stockholm syndrome. It's Tyrone syndrome or something like that. Anyways, speaking of things that should not be, we have a Bangladeshi migrant hacks entire family with meat cleaver in Rome, kills 3. Now, at first you're like, this is awful. This is terrible. But then you realize that this was a Bangladeshi who had a issue with another Bangladeshi family in Rome, and he decided to enact his honor culture, right, and kill this other Bangladeshi family in Rome. So this is blue on blue or brown on brown violence here. This is like tragic and awful and evil, and these people are disgusting. But I mean, like it's not as bad. It's not just like he attacked like a random Italian people.
So yeah, there's a sense that it's like not as horrifying because it is like intercultural murder, dismemberment. But at the same time, it's like, why does that have to happen? I mean, I don't really care if it happens in Italy because I'm not Italian.
It's geographically interesting. The actions themselves are not interesting.
Yeah,
it's like
why is this not happening in Bangladesh?
If what's the Aboriginals killed each other in Texas, it's like that's interesting, but not really out of the norm. It's like it happened in Texas. That's weird, but it's just two people killing each other. It's like okay. Italian authorities have launched a nationwide manhunt for 43-year-old Bangladeshi national Shahadat Hossain, who is suspected of killing a fellow Bangladeshi family with a meat cleaver in Rome. The victims, a husband and wife, and their 8-year-old daughter, right? I mean, that's the type of people that you're importing into your country. I feel like none of these people should be in there. Totally tragic, totally evil, demonic behavior by this individual, right? This subhuman animal that we have here to chop up and kill an entire family, attempted to kill the other son. While the couple's 20-year-old son survived despite suffering a skull fracture, brain hematoma, he underwent emergency neurosurgery at the Gemelli Hospital and remains in intensive care, conscious but in critical condition. Police are searching train stations, airports, bus terminals, border crossings, and abandoned buildings after Hussein's phone last pinged near Kasalati. Prosecutors have opened a homicide and attempted homicide investigation. And again, it's like you see this type of crime where it is brown on brown violence in Sweden, in Norway, in Denmark. And it's like, these people, like the crime rates and what these people do in their own countries is like terrifying and evil, but it's just the fact that it's happening in Western countries, and the solution is quite simple. Don't have them in Western countries. There's no purpose, no benefit of having, what's his name again? Shahadat Hossein butchering up a local family or another Bangladeshi family with a meat cleaver, right? There's just no benefit that anyone gets in this situation.
I'm just surprised that they're trying to find him, honestly, because like I don't know what the big deal is. This is just part of the culture, and I think it's bigoted and racist to say that it's
you know what's
not
funny?
okay.
What's the
heteronormative is what.
What's the new Uwe Boll movie that just came out?
I don't know what Uwe Boll is.
Uwe Boll, you know the guy, Army Hammer's new movie where he's just going around killing Muslims.
I haven't heard of it.
You haven't heard of it? Okay. Anyways, it's just maybe this guy is just like he watched that movie and he was like, I go to save my country. I go to murder the Muslims in my country. You get out of my country, sir. You and your bloody family get out of my country, sir. And he's like not realizing that he is like, brown. It's like
Chat says citizen vigilante.
Citizen vigilante. Yeah. So it's like your average white supremacist being Mexican, your average savior of Europe being a Bangladeshi migrant, Maybe honestly, maybe they should just let him continue. Maybe they should just like, he's kind of doing you a favor. Like, I don't know. It's obviously really dark and that's a joke, obviously. But I mean, at the same time, I'm just saying. All right, moving on. Yeah, this is another picture of the guy. I'm not sure why they or if they found the guy yet. I hope so. Although to me, it'd be like a nightmare scenario. They're like, describe what this Bangladeshi man looked like. And I'd be like, every other Bangladeshi man out there. I mean, like grotesque, inbred, brown, like, poor facial hair, poor hygiene, smells really bad. Like ring a bell. It's like,
for the life of me, I couldn't even tell you what a Bangladeshi looked like until I saw this picture. I've never really thought about Bangladeshi people before.
Well, you're going to have to. Coming to an area near you, bro.
I guess.
Anyways, speaking of coming to an area near you, this is 3 quote unquote people, 3 people arrested or in custody for brutal assault on random woman leaving a bar. The woman claims they yelled "Free Carmelo" during the attack and said they would target white people. Free my boy. I need to hit this white girl. I ain't about that. Yeah, you gonna learn today. What is this name? Ciarine? How do you think that's pronounced?
Ciariane. Wonder where they got the Fuller from.
And then, do you think DJ is just pronounced DJ and they just had to spell it like that?
Yeah, for sure. The one on the left looks like a freaking paintbrush, dude. Unironically.
Yeah, definitely a paintbrush. Yeah, if you don't let us kill you, you're racist. Very true. And yeah, I mean, this is like looks like a nice young lady getting accosted and very lucky, okay? Because if you're getting curb stomped by 3 baboons, I know it's tragic considering you're in a neck brace and your face is messed up and whatnot. Tragic to say that this is a lucky outcome for you, okay? Because if you have 3 baboons curb stomping you, death is a likely outcome. Death is a very, very possible outcome. So you get to live, you get to walk away from all of this. And again, just you got to teach people, because this could be your sister, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever it might be. Like, you've got to like inform them that they need to be aware of their surroundings at all times, and preferably with you, right? Because women are not, hate to say this to stereotype all the women in the chat. There's exactly no women in chat right now. But I hate to say this, but like women pay attention to different things than men do, right? Do they pay attention to curbs? No. Depth perception, not their strong suit. obvious dangerous situations with men or women of other races, like just nothing, right? They'll notice certain things, right? They'll notice you looking at your phone too much. They'll notice, the color of somebody's hair clashing with their shirt, or they'll notice like they're really perceptive at certain things and just completely oblivious about other things. So you can tell them to pay attention. You can tell them to be careful, but at some point you just got to actually, you just don't go anywhere without me.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Also,
you just stay in the kitchen or in the basement, and it's like then I never have to worry about this. No curbs, no ethnics. It's perfect. It's a wonderland for you. Okay, got a little TV, got a little kitchen, got an area to fold clothes and whatnot. A dishwasher. You're also a dishwasher. It's perfect for you. You're gonna love it.
It is interesting because there's the I don't even know what we call it, but the three people, right? And that is obviously hiding the true identity of these individuals. And then also on the flip side, random woman, right? See, and then when you dig into the headline, it's very much not random at all.
It is three. I think this is the technical term, negresses, right? I think that's the technical term. Three negresses attack white woman.
Yeah,
this is this to me is just an obvious hate motivated crime if the facts of the case are true in any way, shape, or form. It's just obvious.
Yeah, and to not
reverse
say
the
that,
roles. If I curb stopped LaQuisha, right, and said this is for any number of victims. Geez, take your pick, right, of white victims murdered by black people, and just said, oh, this is for this person while curb stomping them. Pretty sure that's immediate jail, electric chair, hate crime activation mode immediately, right?
Yeah, but it's not random at all. It is it's dishonest and it's a lie to say that it is random and the very obvious motive there. It is 100% just a racial motive.
100%. Well, listen, free Carmelo, we're going to target white people because we have so much impotent rage that we're just going to 3-on-1, by the way, never 1-on-1. Also very important to note. 1-on-1, these people are nothing. These people are cowards. These people will run away, cry, whine, moan, whatever. In a pack, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And obviously racially targeted. Anybody saying anything different is retarded and their opinion should not be listened to.
Yeah.
With any value.
Also, I saw someone in chat say DJ Shipley. Spelled that one. I thought that was pretty funny.
DJ Brown. Yeah, she's brown. Very brown, actually.
Yes.
It's funny. What's the other one's name? Kirianne Fuller. Yeah, she's Fuller of crap or just way too much food. And then Mumfrey.
She does have
hair's natural.
Kiariana has their face. It's the trademark look of didn't do nothing.
These white people don't know what they did. Free my boy. Didn't do nothing.
I don't know what they talking about.
Oh no!
I just protesting. I was just protesting.
I ain't with all that.
I was just protesting and shit. What you got me up in here for?
We was just up here curb stomping this old white bitch. Police officers don't allow us to do nothing up here. Shit, man. Anyways, so yeah, protect your family. Don't let them go out and about on their own. Now, every now and again, we've got to have a little bit of a white pill story, okay? We got to have a happy ending. We got to have something that this one's for the boys, okay? This one's for the good guys, right? A New Jersey bus driver, Torin Walker, was reportedly spat upon by a passenger, starting the sequence of events that led to this video. Mr. Walker then dispensed an appropriate amount of attitude-adjusting violence upon the passenger with at least one very solid elbow smashing into his skull, volume up. Both men were arrested, dispensed violence accordingly. This matter is currently under investigation, and we are unable to comment on any specific details at this time. We don't condone any form of assault aboard any of our vehicles or within our facilities. That's just NJ Transit being retarded. Although I have to say, okay, I know people in public transportation. I see people in public transportation and I'm like, bro, you cannot be getting paid enough for this. This is almost as bad as a correctional facility worker, because at least in a correctional facility worker, there's so many security steps that are kind of protecting you in some way, shape, or form, right? And at least in theory, you got backup, you got everything right there. But in public transit, you're one-on-one, face-to-face with every animal in a 100-mile radius, right? This has got to be terrible.
This is why you got to work on your VCQB, guys. You got to be cagged out. You got to know how to do a dynamic takedown of a bus.
I just the idea of getting spat on by a homeless black dude and then getting arrested for dispensing proper justice on him, like, it's so infuriating, isn't it? It's so it's so obnoxious. It's like, no, I should be like legally allowed, because I mean he probably has AIDS. That was attempted murder, so I should be legally allowed to like turn his head into a bowl, right, or something like that. Anyways, we can confirm that our driver was assaulted prior to the altercation. We want to take this opportunity to remind everyone that assaulting a transit employee is a serious offense and can result in a fine, jail time, and/or ban from riding the transit system. New Jersey transit officials. Yeah, also in New Jersey. Like it's one thing to be like a transit guy, I don't know, in like a, you know, a less diverse city, but New Jersey of all places, You
fucked up. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You want spit?
But look at that bus, right? I mean, you notice who's all in there, right? This cannot be like the only bad thing that's happened to this guy on this bus, right? Not good. Not good at all. Like,
So-
and everybody again is just like, is this guy even paying attention? Like, he looks so zoned out. The guy right behind him. Like, look,
Yeah.
is this guy even alive? Is he dead? He's like blank staring it out.
So the bus driver's the black guy, and the other black guy is the spitter.
Well, yeah, spitter or quitter, whatever it is. Anyways, I do feel bad, okay, because as much fun as I make of the ethnics, I got somebody message me a really long like book tome about calling somebody an ethnic, and I was like, I haven't read it yet. I need to go back and respond to him, I think. But I do get, okay, I talk to black people every day, okay? There's lots of wonderful black people in existence. The problem is the rest of them, right? You know, the general, right? Not the exceptions, but the general, right? And so I get it, okay? If you're one of these people and you're just doing your job, you're just trying to get through life, you're just, you know, putting your head down, doing a good job and whatnot. The rest of these people though, right? I mean, you're Uncle Ruckus right there with me, right? We need to kill all of these. Sorry, damn it. We need to dispense a proper amount of behavior modification to these people until they are no longer a problem to society. Right? I mean, you're right there with me. All of the ethnics in chat are right there with me, okay? And I'm on your team here, okay? I want a better life for you as well. The path to that better life, though, is paved in so much behavior modification, right? I mean, a nearly unbelievable amount of behavior modification needs to be done before we can have a true, you know, utopian society. Trust me, gentlemen, on the other side of an unbelievable amount of blood and behavior modification is a utopia. I guarantee it.
I believe it, John. I totally believe it. I can't handle the hooting and hollering.
Honestly, this is a lot quieter than many of these other videos. This video is like watching the laundry do itself. Wow.
You fucked up. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You want spit?
Yeah, you know, it's a little cathartic though, isn't it? You know, having your dreads, your nappy dreads getting pulled backwards, like snapping your neck and then getting elbowed to the temple. Like, it's a little cathartic, right? I mean, like, I feel like, again, this honestly, guys, hot take here, that might not even be enough behavior modification to actually truly modify that person's behavior for a long period of time. That's a lot of violence right there, Jake. I feel like if we subjected a lot of people, like a lot of like normal people, to that level of violence, their behavior would modify almost immediately. Some people take a lot more to truly have like a long-term behavioral modification pattern. So
Yeah,
just
just
food for thought.
If I think about it, when I was a kid, like if I got spanked because I did something wrong, generally I didn't do that thing again, or at least I didn't get caught. You know.
Right. Correct.
But I mean,
but it did either way.
legitimately-
It modified your behavior in a either
legitimately.
positive manner, or you tried to like subvert the system in some way, shape, or form. Right. So it does.
Yeah.
It does cause a fork in your behavior. It does change your behavior.
100%, 100%.
Yeah. It's okay. They don't feel pain. Like fish, they don't feel pain. Ram says, can't tell if he's enjoying it or regretting it. That's weird. That's weird, Ram. That's a weird comment. All right. Let's see. Amorite Boy for 2 says, okay, but Italians aren't people either. They're a different. Listen, dude, we've got so many peoples to work through before we get to our Italian brothers and sisters. Okay. We've got so many other problems. Like, listen, I long for the days where we're curb stomping Irish people. Not really. I love Irish people. But
Hey.
I'm just saying, okay? If we fix all of our other problems, we can go back to arguing about, you know, are Irish like really, are they really people? It's a question, okay? But it's so far down the list of issues, like who cares? We got so
And
much
it's-
bigger fish to fry.
It's also rich coming from Armorite Boy, the notable Hispanic.
That's true. Actually, I'm sorry, Amorite Boy, but you and Nick Fuentes got to go before the Irish do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sorry, but no, I'm just kidding.
Your corpses will be used as the foundation for a great civilization, and we thank you for your sacrifice.
Not his. Not his. Jeez.
Oh,
Like,
what?
there's gonna be so many corpses. We're gonna like figure out what to do with them all. You know, it's like during COVID in Italy, they couldn't figure out how to burn their bodies fast enough. We're gonna have so much extra material. Like, what are we gonna do with it? It's like, at some point we had to stop killing them just because we couldn't do anything with their bodies. Like modifying their behavior. You know, it's like, I don't know. What do we do? We've got too much money. My steak is too buttery. My lobster, too good. Paulie B for says, technically, I say she-boons. She-boons, negress. It's okay. Chris DeHaan for 2 says, but can he breathe, though? Well, he wasn't saying anything. He wasn't fighting back at all, which I think there was like some pretty serious physical beatdown before the video started. And we're just saying like the aftermath. And he's like in a stun lock. Basically, he's been stun locked by the driver already. He's probably taken a couple punches and knees and whatnot because he's like not really fighting back at all. He's not really doing much of anything. So I think that bus driver's been beaten on that guy for a minute. Paulie B for 2 says, corpse starch, John, 40K. Oh, now I got to look up this term, corpse starch, which sounds like a great band name, doesn't it? Like some metal band, corpse starch.
Yeah, it'll be, you know, this hypothetical future will be very reminiscent of
Oh, dude,
40K.
here it is. Okay. So corpse starch is a synthetic protein-rich food produced in the Imperium of man by rendering human corpses into a tasteless gray paste or other forms such as loaves, biscuits, or nutrient blocks. It's a staple ration on many hive worlds, especially in high-density areas like Necromunda, where millions die each day and must be disposed of and recycled. Nice. Corpse starch. Jake, what's wrong? You've barely touched your corpse starch.
I'll eat it for the Imperium, John. All right.
Oh, that's so funny.
Here he is again.
Right, boy.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's fine, dude. I'm Scottish. I'm like one step above Irish. Okay, I'm
You're
not
Scottish?
really complaining here. I'm Scottish, dude. Yeah. Listen, I unfortunately am from a great lineage of many of the great Enlightenment thinkers, and I think the Enlightenment is cringe. So, sorry, guys. Sorry, rest of the world. Amorite Boy for 5 says, nah, not like Fuentes, like zero quote unquote native. And main lineage has been here in VA and central Mexico from Europe since like the 1600s. Well, there is a delineation here, to be fair. Okay, between like Mexican, like Native American Mexican, and Spanish people who happen to like have lived in the country of Mexico for a long time, right? It's like you look at Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is the whitest guy around, right? He's Mexican, but really his lineage is Spanish. And honestly, if you look at a lot of the upper class in Mexico, a lot of it's just white Spanish people. Like that's what it is. Ethnically Spanish people, not Mexican. But thank you, Emery Boy. I appreciate it. Listen, dude, we got so many problems before we ever have this conversation. Like it might as well not even be a conversation. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get out of here. Jake, what do you got to shout out? What do you want to talk about before we leave?
Not really anything other than happy to be here on another Monday, normal Monday. Pray for
It was a good
Dugan.
stream.
Pray
It was a
for
great
Dugan
stream.
and his family. Continue to pray for them. and for Richard and the hard time he's going through. And remember that Christ is king, and every knee shall bow and every tongue confess that. So good night,
Absolutely.
guys.
Very based. Thank you, Jake. So yeah, pray for Dugan, pray for his family. There's some updates on the case. I can't really get into it right now. He's kind of not in limbo. That's the wrong way to put it, but they're just, weighing options as far as like lawyers and stuff like that goes. So be in prayer for Dugan, for his family in this time for sure. Nothing much has happened. If there's a big update or something like that, I will absolutely let you guys know and get the word out as soon as I can. Pray for Richard and his dog. Pray for the aunt in chat who has pneumonia, all the people out there. Check in on your homies, okay? Because I know it's Monday, it's the start of the work week. Everybody's got their head or nose to the grindstone, as the saying goes. But checking on your homies, take time to do what's important in life. Spend time with your family. Just do what you can in this time, okay? All right, so thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Christ is God. Godspeed. God bless, ladies and gents.
The Goyim are waking up! Shut it down! Me mom died in a Harley. Me pa was killed by Stalin. Me mom died in a Harley. Me pa was killed by Stalin. Ay, they got signed up by Stalin. For my daddy in a coffin. I'm a Jew, Finkelstein. My uncle, my grandma was lying. Pulled up on me, mom, ayy. Put her in the count, ayy. Told her get a word or be turned into a lamb, ayy. Mom died in a Harley. Me pa was killed by Stalin. Me mom died in a Harley. Me pa was killed by Stalin. Ay, they got slimed up my grandma and my aunt in 1945. They were getting fucked up. Stalin put up on me pa. Ay, put him in the count. Ay, then his op sprayed his ass with the fucking chop. Me mom died in a Harley. Me pa was killed by Stalin. Me mom died in a Harley. Me pa was killed by Stalin.